just like this game, the perfect game. We're doing a new game. Oh, I gotta turn it back up, huh?
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system.
The most perfect game right here, right now.
Turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian Army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andros. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James' son Fox about his father's fate.
Gotta be a reference.
A few years have passed. Andros has again invaded the Lilat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lilat system once again.
But once again. Choose a mode. We're going Nintendo 64 mode. So this game had like a easier mode. See, this is what... Remember we were talking about Star Fox Command, and now I was like, I think when they built that game, it was like designed with Nintendo 64's like control scheme, and they didn't like balance it to like the new like control layout. Like it was hard because you were like reversing these tiny things flying around all fast, and you were like, oh my god, trying to like. This game was like, look, we have a mode that is balanced for the thing that you're on, but we have the regular original mode too, if you want to play it with like, you know, a little bit more of a challenge. So we're going to go 64 because we are Star Fox aficionados, right? Yeah, it's crazy that like now they like kind of thought of that. They were like, oh, we should probably like balance it for the thing that they're playing it on. We got the classic controls mode. Yeah, I don't really know what they mean by like what exactly is different. I think when you do the 3DS mode, I think the bosses are like kind of weaker, maybe. Like I feel like they die faster. But I also just kill the bosses in this game in like 2 seconds, so show the warps. Oh, is that what the 3DS mode does too? Show the warps. All right, you guys ready? That's cool that they kind of thought of that.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only
We're pro gamers.
For our world.
I'll do
Some
my
people aren't
best.
great with the gyro controls.
Andros
Yeah,
won't
this
have
game
his
had
way with
those,
me.
huh? I never used them, but yeah. Oh!
Open the wings.
Open the wings.
Check your G diffuser system. Falco here. I'm fine.
Oh, you did? You figured it out, but it's not good? Oh.
Systems go.
Damn.
Slippy here. I'm okay.
Yeah, I actually never used the gyro on this, so...
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
I always just did the Nintendo 64 style. Oh my god, new graphics, dude.
Slippy, get back here.
I guess, I decided
Slippy, watch out. Bogey on your tail.
for when we play the 3DS one here,
Whoa!
I'm gonna do my
Thanks,
favorite
Fox.
route first.
I
So
thought they had me.
instead of going blue, yellow, red, and then my favorite, I think we're gonna go favorite first, and then blue, yellow, red. So we're gonna
Entering Corneria City now.
reverse what we did last time.
This is horrible.
This is horrible. It's interesting to hear the voice actors are now like drama teachers or just chilling. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody stay alert.
The voice actors for this game all kind of like moved on, but they were all like kind of still in the industry, because I guess in this game they actually did get all of them back. Like every single original voice is back in this game right now. So everyone you hear were the ones from the OG game, which is kind of neat. But they do sound a little bit different, but I guess this game, came out 97, then this version was 2011. It's been a little while, you know?
Something's wrong with the data fuser.
As far as I'm aware, I think they got every returning voice actor, but yeah, it's great they still have their contacts. Yeah. So, you're in like a city. It's supposed to be like a Lego set. It's true. It's true.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. There he goes. Whoa. I always hated the new VA. I will say this. So it's the original actors,
Pretty smooth flying, Fox.
but I feel like they don't have the same, like,
Follow me, Fox.
I don't know if it's like they didn't have the same, like, direction,
Falco, where you
but they
going?
just sound so, like,
I found the target.
they sound too, like, chill for me. Like, they're very, like, especially when you start to hear some of the bosses dying. Like, they just don't have that, like,
Time for a little
visceral sort of, like, holy shit, shit's going down, you know? Like,
gotcha.
it's kind of one of the reasons I still prefer the original version of this game. The reactions are weak, yeah.
Someone wants to play.
Like, it hit me with the train guy.
From the rear.
When you kill the train guy, remember in the 64, he's just like, he's like, I can't stop it! You know, like, he's like about to die. In this version, he's just so chill about it. He's like, I can't stop it. You're just like, dude, you're about to blow up in a fiery, horrible death, man. Whoa! Slippy just fucking rammed me. Did you see that? Slippy's drunk, dude. Slippy had a little bit to drink before the mission.
You'll never
No mercy. Yeah, I think the voices are a little bit weaker in this one. I also feel like the atmosphere is a little bit weaker as well.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
I don't know what it is. It's like the sound design or something.
I was worried for a moment.
But obviously this one has better visuals. Though if I could, like, nitpick a little bit,
You okay over there, Fox?
I feel like since this is on a 3DS, like, everything just kind of looks, like, smaller. Like, the scale feels a lot smaller to me. Like, the R-Wings look small, like, the Great Fox looks small. Like, the scale just feels very small to me. But that could just be me. I think we're gonna swap to the asteroid field here. Yeah, there we go. Like, you'll see here, they, here, let's see.
Impressive, Star Fox. Now watch out for enemies in the asteroid field.
Impressive stuff, folks.
I won't let you down, sir.
You know what's cool, though, about the Fox voice in this is they got him, now he does Fox's voice in Smash Bros. I think he did it in Star Fox Zero. He's like, he is Fox now. Yeah, look how in this stage they added all that, like, kind of background. Like, it's all... I don't know what that is. It's like smoky back there or something.
Quit thinking around, Slip.
Like, I kind of noticed on the 3DS, they don't really like black backgrounds. Like, I kind of noticed that too in, like, the Zelda games. I think maybe that has something to do with the 3D. Like, maybe it doesn't, like, show up as well when the background is black. So, in this game, in all the space levels, they kind of added this, like, colorful background scheme.
Pass up that our way.
I like his voice much more than in Assault. Oh yeah.
It's quiet.
I think this Fox is the best Fox voice.
Be careful, it's a trap.
He is the OG.
Use bombs wisely.
Like, I remember when they because I don't think he was I don't think he voiced Fox in like Smash Bros. Obviously, like the original Smash and Melee. I don't think he voiced it for Brawl, nor for the Wii U Smash Bros. But they brought him in for the Switch version.
Somersault.
I remember a lot of people were saying he sounds nothing like Fox.
Here comes a big one.
He does not sound like Fox. I was like, dude, that is Fox. He was the first voice. How does he not sound like Fox? He is Fox, dude. That shit was cracking me up.
Whoa! Can you
Like, that doesn't sound like Fox.
Use the brake.
Like, I was like... He was literally the first voice of Star Fox. Like,
Use the boost.
how does it not sound... It's kind of funny. That doesn't sound like him.
Incoming message.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
It's like when Charlie Chaplin, like, lost a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest. Like, it's like, how the hell did this guy lose a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest? He is Charlie Chaplin, dude. So funny. Pay your respects. Yeah, exactly. How dare. Whoa.
Thanks, Fox.
Yeah, Tingles was saying they probably thought the black backgrounds equals empty. Yeah. Negative space is a thing. Yeah. Like, I kind of get it. Like, it's like... They definitely were, like, aiming to make this game a lot more colorful and stuff. Like, especially just if you go look at the promotional,
Enemies coming from behind.
like, art and stuff. It is, like, very vibrant and just, like, very colorful. Compared to, like, the Nintendo 64's kind of, like, promotional art in a lot of their games was, like, very dark
Do a
and
barrel roll.
had those, like, really, like, black kind of,
I guess it's
like
your
those
turn to be
thick
thankful.
black lines, you know? Like, you go look at, like, those old school Ocarina of Time posters and stuff, and they just have, like, a style. But now, for this game, I mean, it was like, you know, it came out in 2011, so they were like, we can't be doing that. Bring in the color. Lots of color. Make it nice and pretty.
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
Take that.
Chris Evans sounds nothing like Mario. The true Mario is Chris Pratt. Oh, God. So it's Chris Evans, dude.
Hold the B button to charge your laser.
I can't wait till they make a Star Fox movie and they announce that Chris Evans is gonna voice Star Fox, dude.
Hey, genius, I'm on your side.
Can't wait.
Never give up. Trust your instincts. Just shoot him, Fox.
Just shoot him. I have so many bombs, let's just go ahead and use them, you know? I'd say don't give them ideas, but let's be honest, they're already writing the script. I know, right?
Enemy shield analyzed.
Let's see what you've got.
Or the Jack Black for, like, Bowser. Oh my god, dude. Like, we're all, like, distracted by the Chris Pratt, like, Mario. I've been distracted by the Jack Black Bowser, dude. Like,
Than I thought.
oh my god.
Underestimated you.
Show me what you got.
How about this?
This.
I'm no match for you.
I admit defeat.
I admit defeat.
Admit defeat.
Are you gonna listen to that monkey? You're not stupid as
You rock!
I can't believe I lost to this scum! Sorry to Jet, but I'm in a hurry.
Oh. That's fucked up, dude. Ice JJ Fish?
All aircraft
Who's
report.
that? Jack Black I'm actually not too mad about because I think of Pick a Destiny. Oh, okay. Luke Lee's here. What's up, Luke Lee?
Everything's A-okay.
Wow, Fox, you're so cool. I know, right?
You worry about your own hide.
They're just like nice one-liner to that guy, dude. That was great. You really showed him. He's an icon. Oh, okay. I've never... Is he like a singer or something? I'm like, I've never heard of that. Sang on the Floor, the amazing 2007 YouTube hit. He's something alright. Alright, get him for... I mean, look, I will trust your judgment. Get him for Falco. All the trust.
Recover our base from
Oh,
the
they also
enemy
fixed this
army.
right here.
Roger, General.
So this planet's called Ficina, and apparently in the original they like accidentally called it Fortuna, which is like another planet. So in this game they like fixed it. It's Ficina again. So Ficina is the snow planet. It's like the Hoth of Star Fox, and then Fortuna is like that jungle planet. So I guess in the original version of this game, they like mixed it up, but now they fixed it.
You're dead meat, pal.
I have gotten hit, say something.
You're not getting away that easy.
You're dead meat, pal. Let me steal Falco's kill.
Go find your own target, Fox.
Vecina more. Uh-oh. Slippy just killed someone.
I got one.
I won't let you get away from me. Time for a little payback. Go find your own target, Fox. What's the big idea?
I'm stealing all of their kills.
I've got you now.
I gotta steal one from Slippy Toad.
Why are ships coming out of the base?
Resi, dude.
A bomb
Star
has
Fox
been
64, but
planted at the
worse,
base.
dude.
Jeez. Can anyone take care of it?
But worse, dude. Oh!
Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Andros has ordered us to take you down.
Kathy.
Andros has ordered us to take you down.
Andros's enemy is my enemy. Just what I need this week. My beautiful reward. Let's take care of these guys first.
You'll be seeing your dad soon, Fox.
Uncle Andros.
See, like, he doesn't have that same, like,
Find your own target, Fox.
Uncle Andros.
Hey, I've been saved by Fox.
This can't be happening.
I remember in the original game, he's, like,
One
screaming.
more to go.
I can't lose.
I'll take care of the bomb now.
They made the planet for tuna. Falco's okay, one of the best performances. Like in this game.
All aircraft report.
I always double tap Star Wolf to make sure they were dead.
Fox, take it easy.
Like, just to make sure.
That was a close call, Fox.
Is Zen here too? What's up, Zen? All right. So here's where I think our first stage where the emulator screws up. So do not be alarmed. The camera is gonna flip around upside down. Do not be scared. Okay? Don't be scared. It's gonna be really scary, but don't be scared. How am I supposed to get up at 6 every day forever?
That area's an oven. Don't go burning that.
I am
our way.
definitely playing
Be
upside
reasonable,
down.
Fox.
I'll be careful.
Look, as a pilot in space, you got to be prepared to fly like upside down, dude. Hold my hand. I will hold your hand. Oh, and then the bottom of the screen gets weird too. You could see like the Matrix right there starting to freak out. Don't be scared. Oh my god.
Keep an eye on your shield gauge.
I mean, like, it doesn't really bother me because you're in space, so it's like, it's kind of the same, you know. It's like, it would probably look like this if you were flying around right there.
Don't fly too low. Your ship can't take it.
Your ship can't take it. Expert mode, I know, right?
Shoot the rocks.
Shoot the rocks. So funny though. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, I made sure to play through this like entire game off stream like a couple weeks ago just to make sure it worked, and when I got here I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why? Like, what causes it to like do this?
They're attacking in groups.
It's very odd, but okay, fine. I tried to fix it, but I wasn't finding anything. Oh god, point check! Point check!
I ain't your buddy. Go away. Good riddance. I almost got burned.
Oh, that's Slippy. Almost shot Slippy.
Too hot. I can't take it anymore.
Sorry, Slippy Toad. I see no problem with it. Yeah, I know it's like it's not that bad. Like,
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
I mean, like my brain just kind of is like, well, you're in space. Being upside down is kind of like, you know, it's kind of normal. So it doesn't really bother me. I guess like it flips the... Like it's inverted now, but like double inverted. So now, you know, down is to go down and up is to go up.
This is the enemy.
But that's still not even that bad, you know, because it's like...
Andros is an insane fool.
Data analysis complete. Here it comes.
Maybe it's an arm. Aim for
Ow.
the arm.
And this guy's not even that hard, so...
Yippee!
Everything's fine.
You did it.
This is not how it's meant to go. No, no. This is not how it is. Not in the actual 3DS version of this game, which I have probably played 100 times. I used to play this game when I was still in college. I would like play it between college classes.
Fine.
I would go to my car, I would like sit in my parked car, and like if I had like, you know, an hour or two between my classes, I would just like play this game.
Don't worry about your own hide.
Or fall asleep playing this game in my car, and then wake up late for my next class. You know what other another game I played between classes was that Sonic. What was that Sonic like RPG game that was on the DS? I played that between classes too. Sonic what was that called? I can't remember. Shit, Sonic something Chronicles or something, right? Sonic and the Chronicles. Look, he's like nice. Playing a little Star Fox between classes. Sonic Rush? No, not that one. It was the RPG one. Unless Sonic Rush is an RPG. I actually have never seen Sonic Rush. It was the one where I think it was made by BioWare, which is weird. BioWare made a Sonic RPG game.
So you're going to attack the enemy base? Great idea, Fox.
It'll be a piece of cake, General.
General. Unlock. They made this level look totally different. It's like gray and weird looking. Rocks. Oh! They gotta let you know how to play the thing. Like, hold on. Sonic Chronicles, yeah.
Taking it out.
Here come the little hyenas now. Here you go.
Rocks.
They're not taking me seriously.
Here they come. Just shoot them, Fox.
Yeah, they like kind of changed it up a little bit in this version of the game. They made it look like crappy. Or not like crappy, like it looks bad, but like they made it to where like it looks like a weird, like rocky, like terrible desert-ish planet thing. What is this guy doing to my camera? Get out of here.
How's the Landmaster, Fox?
Was it because like this place is supposed to be like a supply facility or something? So I don't know. Something about it is off. Your eyes.
Dang, D-Tech's the real thing.
Don't let them get to the supply depot.
Industrial planet, yeah. Whoa! Oh shit.
Shoot, he's right behind me.
This is where they build massive rocks.
Guess I should have that.
What's wrong? Come a little closer.
What's wrong?
Try hovering.
Perfectly spherical boulders. The fat, floating, yodeling man and dude wanted to do to the sand planet. This was his vision right here. It's like rocks, perfectly spherical rocks.
I see the fuel bunker on the right side. Change the switch ahead. Shoot the 8 switches.
Do you explain that movie in plain English? It's so stupid. I actually fell asleep during that movie. Like, in the movie theater, I, like, fell asleep, dude.
Location confirmed.
Or I guess I didn't fall asleep, but I was definitely, like, dozing off.
I didn't expect to have to use this.
You're very lucky.
Very lucky.
I was dozing off in the movie theater during that, which was, like, kind of funny because the first time I watched the, like, original Dune, I fell asleep during that, too.
Enemy shield
I was like, ah, history repeats itself. No matter the version of Dune, I will find a way to fall asleep. I'm here to rescue you.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Shoot the switch.
Whoa! Listen, bird thing. I'm trying to shoot the switcher.
Step on the gas.
Step on the gas. Step on the gas.
Fox.
Fall asleep during good stuff all the time. Yeah, I actually like Dune, but I just remember kind of falling asleep.
No, hit the brakes.
It was like after the big war part.
I can't stop it.
Can't stop it. It was after the big like war part where they're like attacked. Well, like I felt like they should have restructured that movie to where like that was the like final battle like of the film. Like after that, like it probably ends in like. But it like kept going for like another hour for no reason. It was like they were just kind of like running around the desert and like doing like kind of just doing nothing, and then that's when I started falling asleep.
Now it's our turn to kick some tail.
They probably could have just restructured the film to, you know, to make that the ending, and then you save that weird desert stuff for the next movie. But I know the next movie wasn't like confirmed yet, so maybe that's why they still had it. The movie has Return of the King pacing in reverse. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. Weird, but good. Yeah, I kind of want another one, so... I mean... Are we going to Area 6 right now?
It's almost over. We're in your debt. Come back in one piece, Fox.
Will do, General.
Cayman here. No problems.
No problems.
Do you copy? Emergency maneuvers.
Too late. Game over, pal.
Let's kill everything on the screen right here, right now. Let's go.
Entering Venom Air Defense Zone. Everybody stay alert.
Space mines ahead.
We're going for the top score right here, Zen. You ready?
Am I getting slow? Let's clean up this mess. Knock it off, Pops.
Why'd you fly in the way of where I was shooting my guns?
Hold still and let me shoot you.
Great Fox will cover you.
Incoming enemy missiles!
Shoot him down. We're being marked.
Whoa. Did we get him? This guy.
Did we get him?
Not yet, sir. They're on me. I'm getting killed. What's taking you so long, Fox?
Ow.
The subtle change cloud. Those teeth pads are no match for me. I'm looking forward to this.
Checkpoint.
They've broken through the first line. Do I look like a bad guy?
Yes.
We're gonna break through that leak.
cover you.
Fire! Fire! Don't let him through!
Venom's right, Sid! Ooh, that was too close!
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
Don't stop shooting.
The west line has been breached! These guys are crazy!
Oh. 378.
Deploy it now!
Many of things have been killed.
Enemy ahead! This one's different!
Crud! We were so close to Venom!
Flashing lights warning. I know, right? Yeah. Luckily, I will say on the 3DS version, it's not as bad as the 64 version. Yeah, yeah. Exactly, dude. What's up? Thank you for the warnings. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I used to speedrun this game, so I would see it quite a bit. I would see it a lot. But you know, I never really got too used to it. Like, it would always still kind of hurt my head, so I would have to look away. Yeah, I think it's, is it after this one when he does it?
Yeah, yeah!
Shoot the tentacle to open the door!
It's after the first time? Okay. Yeah, it's probably right here, right? Here it goes, dude. What's he doing?
Watch out, Fox!
Look straight at it. Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as the 64 version. But, yeah.
Destroy all three energy balls! The shield is gone! Shoot the core!
Yippee! You did it!
A speedrunner not looking at the boss? Yee. No pride. If it's a matter of your actual health, yes. Yeah, I would, when I used to speedrun this game, every time we got to this boss, I would always be like, yeah, okay. Trigger warning, seizure warning. This boss is the smartest boss, as it not only, you know, they know
Hold on! We're entering
that to
Venom
kill
airspace.
Fox, they're like, we must kill the player controlling Fox. It's the best way. This is how we do it. Don't just kill Fox, kill the player.
Say your prayers, Andros.
Andros.
Don't get too cocky, Star Fox.
Rio hates Star Fox.
Let's
What?
see how you handle our new ships.
I hate Star Fox.
Too bad, Dad.
Almost as much as I hate Star Wars.
We'll make sure you never reach Andros. We'll just see about
Falco
that,
flies right in my
Star-Lord.
face.
He's too strong.
This can't be happening.
What the heck?
Fox, get this guy off me!
Knock it off, Fox!
There's one more to go.
You're good, but I'm better.
Yo, goo.
You're good,
but I'm better. No way! I don't believe it! I'll go it alone from here.
Fox!
The hardest fight in the game. If you don't skip this cutscene, this fight can go south fast. Don't worry, I am a Star Fox professional. I will watch the cutscene so you guys can enjoy the new state-of-the-art 3D graphics, alright?
I've been waiting for you, Star Fox.
Oh, yeah, and then this boss fight, the camera flips as well, so don't be alarmed when the camera flips. Just what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand on your head. You're gonna do a handstand so that the game looks normal. So if you haven't already, I need you to get up out of your chairs, and I'm gonna need you to perform a handstand. We go alone from here, yeah. Flips monitor upside down, yeah, exactly. It actually makes this fight like a little bit more challenging now, like. He's upside down! I like his little laugh in the 3DS version. He's just like, ha-ha. See, like, the 3DS version kind of, like, lost some stuff, you know? Andros is just like, ha-ha. In the older one, he, like, has, like, a maniacal, scary laugh.
So, Andros, you show your true form.
Your true form? Yeah, it's a emulator. Yeah. Hey, at least that speedrun tactic still works.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
No!
Don't ever give up, my son. Father?
It's too bad this part's not upside down too, you know? Should have made this part upside down, would have been way harder.
This way, Fox.
This way.
Never give up. Trust your instincts. You've become so strong, Fox.
Yeah, there we go. Whew. We're gonna get the world record upside down. Yeah, I guess it makes sense why they don't allow emulator speedruns for this game, because I guess the emulator fucking sucks for it.
That's our leader.
The emulator sucks for this game, right? I mean, it's okay. You just got those couple parts where they're upside down.
What's wrong, Fox? Nothing.
Major Links here. What's up, dude?
Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, Aquas is upside down as well, and that's it. It's just Aquas, Solar, and the Andros fight. So my thinking is that it had something to do with, like, there must be some sort of, like, weird effects filter that they used for this version of the game that just, like, the emulator can't emulate properly, and it flips the image for whatever reason, because it's weird that the HUD is still right side up. So the HUD's fine, but yeah, like the game flips. I wish Star Fox Zero would be on the Switch. I know. Put it on the Switch with like regular controls, dude. Yeah, I was actually earlier today before the stream, I had like I had like 20 minutes or so to spare, and I was seeing if I could get the voices from the Wii U gamepad to like play on the capture, like the OBS stuff. Because if you remember, the voices on Star Fox Zero only come through the tablet, and it's annoying. It's not good for like streams and recordings and stuff. I was looking up tutorials, but you need like a lot of chords. So I was like, I'll buy some chords, but then I think I don't have like a Elgato that could do it. I want it on Switch too, says Indy. It's good to see you though, Major Link. Hope all's been well. Yeah, you need to do some funky stuff. Yeah, I saw some like tutorials for it, and it like looks very doable, but it looks like the capture cards that they use looks like they had like another audio port thing that they could like plug in these things into. My capture does not have that same port, so I was trying to see if I can do it like a different way. I wonder if someone has done emulator patches for it, though. Platinum and Nintendo have been very buddy-buddy since the Wii U days. Yeah, are they going to make another... I was thinking they should do like a Mario 3D world with it, where they like bring Star Fox Zero to the Switch, but they also like add more to it. So like with 3D World, they brought back that whole game, but then they added the Bowser's Fury thing. So I was like, well, why don't you just do something like that? Like just bring the whole game back, but then like add some more stuff to it.
Oh no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
Great Fox is ready to go.
Zero is bad because of the Nintendo decisions. Otherwise, it's a solid 7.75, 8.5. Yeah, I was legit just talking about that. How like Star Fox Zero's shortcomings and like the stuff that people hated about that were all like kind of Nintendo mandated decisions, and you know, it was more so like the Wii U and Nintendo that kind of failed that game. But of course, in this world, they're never gonna blame themselves, so they're just like, guess nobody likes Star Fox, we'll never make another one. Like, damn it. It was weird because, like, I remember they were trying to make Star Fox Zero be, like, a vehicle for like, the Wii U, and I'm like, that was so late in the Wii U's lifespan. They're like, this is why you will buy a Wii U, was for this game. I'm like, dude, it's, like, the Switch is coming out in a year. No one cares anymore. Just make it with the regular controls, and who cares, dude? Like, take the L. Take the L. Like, the Wii U lost, man. Like, it had some decent shit on there, but had some fun stuff on there. I bought one, like, day one. It was fine, but yeah, I think overall it was an L. Are you okay with making a command about your world records? Sure, yeah, if you want to make one. Best way to think of it as a DS. Nobody thought to treat the Wii U like it was a DS. Super Mario Club is still out there, dude? Damn. Super Mario Club still out there. Give the streamer the dues for the world records. I don't have regrets for having a Wii U. Yeah, same. I think the Wii U has been, like, pivotal in a lot of these, like, legacy runs that I do, and for Zelduary, like when I started Zelduary, it was before the Switch was even a thing, so a lot of those were, like, the best way to play, like, a couple of the Zelda games, especially, like, the HD remakes of Twilight and Wind Waker. My Wii U is essentially like a Zelda machine now. It's got like every Zelda game on there. I think it's got every Zelda game on there except for like... let's see. It's got both of the DS ones. It's got the HD Twilight Wind Waker. It's got Ocarina Majora on there. It's got the original 2. I just recently bought the Minish Cap on it. Is that everything? I guess it doesn't have Link's Awakening. I guess that's the one I don't have. Link's Awakening, dude. This is like piano jams of this song right now. Oh yeah, the Satoru Iwata Remember It's Note on Zero. Yeah, that's cute. It's very sweet. I can make assumptions about why the Wii U failed, but I would like to know Nintendo's full estimate. I was just talking to Luke about it, and I was like, I feel like the simplest reason why it failed, I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me right here, but I was like, they truly never made a Mario game for it, and they truly never made a Zelda game for it. No Mario, no Zelda? And I don't want to hear, like, 3D World, though. No. 3D World does not count as a Mario game. Like a true, like, successor to Sunshine and Galaxy, right? I'm talking Mario, man. No Mario, no Zelda. I don't want to hear, but the HD versions of Wind Waker and Twilight. No, I'm talking a new fucking Zelda, man. Like, you know what sells Nintendo consoles? 3 games. Mario, Zelda, Smash Bros. That's what fucking sells shit. Mario Kart, yeah, I think Mario Kart 8 was like the Wii U's best-selling game, right? They didn't come out swinging, yeah. They just didn't, and then, yeah, I think I saw someone say something about the bad marketing. Yeah, dude, there's like a laundry list of shit, man. Here's a laundry list. Yeah, they made very transparently sure that the Switch was marketed as clearly as possible, and the Wii U was not, yeah. Super Luigi U. Cerulean's like, look, system seller. Super Luigi U right there. New Mario Bros. MK8 Wii U did sell really high. Yeah, I remember it was like very high. Laundry sucks, yeah. I reckon Breath of the Wild could have saved the Wii U if it wasn't so late. Yeah, I think so too. I think it just needed like a very... Yeah, they needed to come out swinging, I think. And they really just didn't. But I still bought one because I'm like a Nintendo fanboy, so... But man, did that bad boy collect a lot of dust over the years, dude. Character voices. Yeah, was that the Peppy voice? Peppy, yeah. I think Peppy's voice actor actually died of COVID. Yeah, around the time the pandemic started, yeah. The end. Rank in. Yeah. Not Peppy, dude. We still gotta get our check right here. Or our bill. Or we gotta... It wants me to type in my name. I am number 2. Alright, so that was my favorite route. I decided to do that one first. So now we'll do blue line, then we'll do the yellow line, though a lot of the yellow line levels were essentially on that one, but I guess we'll do it again, and then we'll do the red line. And I think if, depending on how much stream time is left, we can maybe like watch the rest of the Star Fox Command endings, because I know I could only, last night when I played the game, I only beat the game like twice. So I only got 2 of the 9 endings. So I was like, maybe we just go on to like YouTube, watch the rest of them, and then if there's more time, then maybe do some hurdles, maybe. But I guess we'll see. All right.
What?
What? I wouldn't wish COVID on anyone. I still have chest pains sometimes. Oh no. Wait, Peppy's trying to talk to me right now. Here's a Peppy pro tip. Charge your laser while holding down L and R, and you can fire a charge shot without locking onto an enemy. Oh, okay. Peppy pro tip. Take a 10 to 15 minute break every hour. Or every half hour when using the 3D feature, even if you don't think you need it. Look at Rob is trying to talk to me right now. He's like, please stop playing the game. Take a break, you maniac. Stop playing Star Fox. Stop. Interesting that Nintendo stopped doing the whole take a break thing. Yeah, I kind of... They're like, no, we probably should not tell them to stop playing. Peppy backseating right now. Oh, a new one was saying that the Peppy voice actor, apparently there were some medical complications before he caught COVID. Oh, okay. He's also saying the Wii U has been very studied. Yeah, I recently watched like a video by a guy, YouTuber, I can't remember his name, but he did a video, basically... It was essentially a video on why Star Fox Zero like failed, but the video was also kind of like it kind of explored why the Wii U failed as well, because like Star Fox Zero's failure was very much tied into the Wii U. So he kind of like did a whole like journey through all that, like it was like a retrospective sort of like look at all the stuff that they did wrong. And yeah, I mean, I've told this story before, but for me, it really was started with the first time they showed it. It was like an E3. It was one of their Nintendo Directs, and they showed a dude playing New Mario Bros, which was like the Wii game, but like he was probably playing Mario U, but Mario U looks exactly like Mario Wii. So it was like he's playing that, but it doesn't show like what he's playing it with. He's just like playing it, and then like somebody comes in and changes the channel to like a baseball game or something. So then he pulls out like the tablet and then keeps playing. So like my brain was immediately just like, oh, it's like a peripheral to let you play your game like on a handheld thing. I was like, okay, that's cool. But then later on it was like, oh, it's the Wii U. I was like, is this a new console or like what is this? What is this thing? I'm like, it probably would have helped if they were playing like a new game, like a new Zelda or like a new Mario or something. Not Mario U, which I know, like I get was a new game, but it also kind of wasn't. Yeah, it was not clear that the Wii U's revealed that it was a new console, yeah. Then they showed a console that looks almost exactly like the Wii, yeah. Yeah, Grazi would say they chose identical games. Very stupid, yeah. There were articles at E3 that were like, the Wii U is a new console and other things not said at E3. Yeah. Decimator was saying, I love the gimmicks, or I love some gimmicks of the Wii U. Nintendo Land had some great party games, like the 4v1 Mario Party 2. Nintendo Land was fun as hell, man. I think that... I can't remember, did Nintendo Land come with the Wii U? Because, like, I remember playing that, like, into the night when I first got the Wii U. Like, I was just playing Nintendo Land, like, it was so fun. Yeah, it was a bundle game. I was playing that into the night. It was really fun. Here, let's go to the next game, but we can keep chatting. We're going to do the blue line now, so...
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system. The evil Andros turned its once thriving system
Tingles was saying,
yeah. Of near extinction.
PlayStation just Sony just goes PlayStation 69.
Successful in exiling this
PlayStation
scientist to the
PlayStation 2
deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed
PlayStation
strange
3.
activity coming from Venom.
The flashlight game with
James
the booze,
McCloud,
yeah.
Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team
PS3,
were sent to
man.
investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Android.
I don't think they were failures, to be honest. I feel like they were just
barely
learning
escaped
experiences for
Venom
Nintendo.
And returned home
That's a good way to look
tell
at it.
James's son Fox about his father's fate.
It's a very good way to look at it.
A few
Because, yeah,
years
like,
have passed.
a lot of the...
Andros has again invaded
Essentially, the
Lilac
Switch was,
system.
like, all of Nintendo's,
General
like,
Pepper has
strengths
turned to
for
a
the
new
past
Star Fox
couple
team,
generations
headed
in
by
one
Fox
game.
McCloud to save Corneria
They
and
still have,
free
like, the
Lilac
Wii
system once
stuff
again.
with the hand, or with the... whatever, with the Joy-Cons, like, you know, they got a little bit of the Wii in there, and then they got, like, the Wii U with, like, the tablet layout, and, you know, then the portability of the 3DS and their handheld stuff, and then, yeah. There is no failure for rich people, there is only underperforming. Yeah, exactly. That's another way to look at it. Nintendo's like, well, shit. Yeah, I remember at that time, when the Wii U was, like, failing, quote-unquote, I remember a lot of people were saying how Nintendo was gonna, like, go out of business. They're like, this is it. Nintendo's going out of business. They're just gonna be like Sega and make games, not make consoles no more. I was like, there's no fucking way, dude. Never in a million years, dude. If Nintendo was truly in trouble of going out of business, they're just gonna hit the Pokemon button. They're like, we're about to go out of business. Hit the button. Pokemon. New Pokemon game announced. Captain Toad slapped, dude. There's an article that said Nintendo needs to be bought by Disney to survive. Oh my god. What? Could you imagine? Percy is a stereotype, dude. GameCube was kind of a failure. Okay. Dude, they said that about them before the Wii. Yeah, I recall people saying it during the Wii generation and the Wii U generation. I remember hearing it during the GameCube. Yeah. There's just a lot of haters that don't like Nintendo. It's good to see you, though. Niku's here, too. Niku? Nintendo, Niku's like, oh, I hate Nintendo, too. Sega wasn't just the Dreamcast failure, they were a less successful company. Yeah, like, they didn't... Yeah. Sega did do a lot of shit wrong, though. Like, they just kept popping out new consoles, like, every 2 years, and then those weird, like, console attachment things for, like, other consoles. They were just going nuts, man. But, well, like you said, yeah, they didn't have as much, like, lifelines like Nintendo, where it's like, oh, we can go through a couple failures, you know?
I'll do my best.
Or a couple
Andros won't have his way with
underperforming, performing things. It's fine.
Good luck.
The 32X and the failure of the CD, yeah. I don't know one person in my entire just like life,
Open the wings.
whether I've met them in real life or online, I've never met anyone that's had a 32X or a CD. Like,
Check your
who even
defensive
got
system.
those? Who has it? Like, there's got to be at least one person in chat
Falco,
that had
I'm
that.
fine.
Show yourself. Raise thy hand.
This is Peppy. All systems go.
I had one person that had, or I knew one person that had a Dreamcast.
Slippy here. I'm okay.
I never had the Dreamcast, but Sonic Adventure 1 almost made me
I see him up
get
ahead.
one.
Let's rock and roll.
I wanted a Dreamcast so bad when I saw the Sonic Adventure. I was like, holy shit. But my older brother was like, nah, man, we're going to wait for the PS2. I was like, fuck the PS2. I want Sonic. PS2, dude.
Slippy, get back here.
It was a good call, though, I
Slippy,
think.
watch out. Bogey on your tail.
Cam was saying I had 32X that my mom found at a garage sale. Oh, okay. There you go. Cam had
Thanks,
one.
Fox. I thought they had me.
Oh, okay. Opposite of the 32X. Sonic is always a good choice, yeah.
We're entering Corneria City
I think the
now.
only Sega console I ever had was the Genesis. I never got a Dreamcast. I never got a Saturn.
Everybody stay alert.
Never had a Game Gear, though. My neighbor had a Game Gear. I played like a couple Game Gear games, but
You got an enemy on your hands. Use the brake.
use the brain. You guys are just going around punching buildings. Have the restaurants have Game Gears? No. No, I remember as a kid, we used to go to this. As a kid, we went to this. We used to go to this pizza place that had like Pac-Man in like the table. So you'd be like eating pizza, and then there's like a game of Pac-Man like underneath, like kind of the clear table, so you could like play it while you were eating it. Like it was so nuts, dude. It was cool. It was like Pac-Man
Something's wrong with the
going on.
I guess I should
Pac-Man
be
pizza. What the fuck? Where did that go? I wanted to read. Anyone was saying someone did a statistical analysis of the Dreamcast. Let's see. By his studies, the Dreamcast post-launch, but pre-PS2 was likely to sell 70% more than a post-PS2 Dreamcast game. Okay. Launch day of the PS2 was the last time any Dreamcast game reported more than 400,000 copies sold. Dude, yeah. The PS2, like, destroyed that thing. It wasn't even fair. Wasn't even fair. Whoops.
Do a barrel roll.
The darn G diffuser, dude. I know, right? Oh, you know what? We want to do the... That's right. We want to do the blue line right now. Ignore the ring thingies. I had a Game Gear. Full color light was awesome.
Try a somersault.
Full color and light was awesome, but it chewed up 6 AA yeah, yes, I remember that. It chewed up 6 AA batteries
Let's go.
in like a half an hour. You had to stay plugged in. No surprise, Game Boy won out those car rides. Yeah, there you go, man.
So this is Star Fox.
This is Star Fox.
I'm going to crush you.
Already blew up his legs. You can't even move.
Enemy shield.
My Emperor. I've failed you.
Oh, it was a ring. Grab that ring. Quick.
We're heading out. All aircraft
My Emperor. But yeah, when it came to the PS2
I was worried for a moment.
versus the Dreamcast, man, it was all about the fact that the PS2 doubled as a DVD player. So people were buying
You okay
PS2s
over there, Fox?
just for that. Because the PS2 was actually like cheaper than just a like default DVD player. It's funny how that is. Like that happened with the Blu-ray stuff. Like I remember my brother and I were gonna buy our stepdad a Blu-ray player for his birthday, but then we just saw that like a PS3, which was like doubled as a Blu-ray player, was like cheaper than an actual Blu-ray player. It's like so you can get like a Blu-ray player and just like a console too. So it's like, why wouldn't you just go for that, you know? So I think that's what happened with the PS2. It was just like, you might as well just go buy the PS2. So, and then the 360 doubled as a HD DVD. Do you guys remember HD DVD? Oh god, man. Yeah. Yes, PS2 bad launch lineup, but it had a DVD player. Yeah.
Enemies in the asteroid.
Yeah, I can't even remember the games
won't
that
let you down,
we
sir.
had on the PS2 when we got it. We got it day one, but I think we had like Midnight Tokyo Racer or something, some game like that, and then there was like, I don't know, just like a car game, and then there was another game that I don't remember, but it just, I mean, it looked amazing though. I used to just drive around in that game and be like, holy shit, this is the future right here. This is the future. Midnight Tokyo Racing.
Starting to heat up.
Midnight Club or something like that. Like I think it was called.
We're heading into the asteroids.
Midnight Club. Tokyo. Something.
Don't mess up that R-wing.
You know what had a great, like, launch? Was the GameCube, dude. That had, like, Luigi's Mansion, Rogue Squadron.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
And there was one more, but I can't remember.
Be careful, it's a trap. Use bombs wisely.
Rogue Squadron alone was like, oh shit, man. That, like, changed my life right there. Yeah, it's true. I actually...
Fire somersault.
Because, like, yeah, in my mind, I feel like the 360 totally won the console generation. But you're right, like, the Wii and the PS3 both outsold it, but I feel like that was probably because of Japan, right? Because 360s or Xboxes in general sell like shit in Japan, so... Yeah, nobody buys Xbox over there. It's like, that makes sense.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
Zen says, I do, people around. You like the Xbox?
Watch out, Fox.
I was kind of spoiled. We had like all of the consoles, like we pretty much had like all consoles for all generations until the PS4 generation. I only had a
Thanks, Fox.
like last gen. I didn't get a PS4 until like late into the like I didn't like I think I got a PS4 when the Pro came out, when the PS4 Pro. I never had an Xbox One. I had the Wii U, obviously, but it was mostly because I had like became a PC gamer, like I had basically become a PC gamer by the gen before that one, like the 360 generation. Like
Do a barrel roll.
I really had no interest in console games at that point, unless it was like a Mario or a Zelda. Like I had a Wii, but I got it when oh yeah, Spider-Man, dude. Right before the PS4 Pro came out. Yeah, it was probably around the time that like I got it then. Probably later that year. Yeah, there was just like nothing that I wanted to play on those. It just
Take that.
like, I mean, I guess I'm trying to think. Like, what exclusives were like, oh, you gotta get that, you know? Spider-Man, I guess, huh?
Hey,
Hold the beam.
Falco's just like, hey,
Charge your laser.
hey.
you can also lock on to enemies this way.
Yeah, talk about reverse history with the PS4. Oh, yeah.
Never give up. Trust your instincts.
Yeah, we've had discussions about that, man. Xbox really... Was that when they were marketing the, That was when they were marketing the Xbox One, right? Is when they just totally handed the generation trophy over to the PlayStation. They literally gift wrapped it and handed it over. It wasn't even fair. They were like, oh shit, you guys like borrowing each other's games? Too bad. Can't do that. Meteo, I know.
Let's see.
It's the Meteo Crusher. He's here to crush the Meteos, and we can't let that happen.
Good going, Fox.
Let's see what you got.
Your
Underestimated you. Not the Meteos. Let's go for the speedrun strats right here. Oh, I didn't get it. There we go. 360 was a no-brainer. PS3 was really one to get, but before that, the 360 was no-brainer, yeah.
I admit defeat.
Super Lazy Sir, what's up? I remember buying a 3DS and playing this. I know, right?
Are you gonna listen to that monkey?
You're not
As you lock. Shoot the purple rings at him.
Dang, I'm hit!
Dang, I'm hit.
I can't believe
The hell is he getting hit by?
to this scum! Sorry to Jet, but I'm
Yeah, my brother got the PS3. Like, it was funny because I have two older brothers. My older brother is like an Xbox fanboy. Middle brother is a PlayStation fanboy, and then I was always like the Nintendo fanboy, so we'd always like have all the things, because like we'd each buy the other thing. So if we like if I really had to play like an Xbox game, I would just like borrow it, or same with like the PlayStation. Like, I remember when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, I was like, I need to borrow your PS3, and he's like, of course. And then with the Xbox, it was for the Batman games, the Arkham games. I was like, I require the Xbox for Batman. So, and then if they needed to play a Nintendo game, then they would play a Nintendo game. But yeah, by that console generation, which was what, like 2005, 2006, that's when I like built my first PC. I was getting into like Star Wars Galaxies and Counter-Strike. I was right there, man. It was a different story, dude. It was all downhill from there. Are you gonna listen to that monkey? PS3 was like $1,000. Yeah, do you remember the PlayStation 3 like original asking price was like $700 or something? It was insane. And then I remember that they were like super understocked as well. There's in the city I live in, there's 3 video games, like there's 3 GameStops in the city I live in, and between the 3 of them, they only got 7 PS3s when that launched, and it was just like, wow. 700, wasn't it 500, or maybe it was 500? 599. But I guess you got to include like a game and a controller, maybe, or unless it comes with a controller. But yeah, then you include the game and the taxes, and that bad boy has got to be close to 700. That's got to be like 650 something, or I guess the game would be 50, and then tax on game and the console got to be pushing like 670, right? Something like that. Unless you guys wanted to do the math, get the exact math. Damn, yeah. Sounds like when I was scraping to find a Switch. Yeah, 2006 Blu-ray player was $1,000. See, that's why it's like just buy the PS3. Insanity. PS3 is a more affordable Blu-ray player.
Recover our base from the enemy army.
Roger, General.
Blu-rays were expensive. Yeah, that's right, huh?
Split up and take it to him.
Snow! Big the Cat has been confirmed for Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, I think I saw a tweet of that. Oh man, speaking of, you want to get into some gamer like controversy right now? Weren't people like realizing that the levels in Frontiers are just like remixed levels of like the other levels from the Sonic games?
Fox, get this guy off
I like
me.
kind of thought that too when I saw the first trailer for it, or at least that like
You're not getting away that easy.
that like most recent trailer for Sonic Frontiers. And this is me, like, look, I didn't see any posts from like Twitter or nothing like that, but I watched that first trailer, and when it's showing him running through like Green Hill Zone, I was like, is that not Sonic Generations? I was like, that looks exactly like it. I was like, oh. I was like, look, I played Sonic Generations quite a few times, right? So I kind of recognize like the levels. I was like, is that not Sonic Gens, dude? Wait a minute.
Look, Fox, there's a bogey on my tail.
Slippy, there's no one on your tail. I'm staring straight at you.
Dead meat, pal.
I can see on the radar.
Let you get away from me.
Slippy's insane.
What's the big idea, Fox?
They're the last of it. Yeah. I was actually dying, says Indy.
Fox, get this guy
Yeah, there's
off
been a
me.
lot of like arguing, and I'm like, I don't know, I guess it doesn't really bother me, but
Why are
I just found it
ships coming
funny.
out of the base?
But it just like struck me as odd. I was like, oh,
Jeez. Can anyone take care of it?
jeez. Gamer discourse is exhausting. I know, right?
That, Star Fox.
Can't let you do that,
Andros
Star
has ordered us
Fox.
to take you down.
Peppy, long time no see. Andross's enemy is my enemy.
My enemy.
Just what I need to see. Star Wolves.
Who the fuck is shooting me?
Let's take care of these guys first.
Stop shooting me.
Uncle Andross! Shoot! He's right behind me.
This can't be
Annoying
happening.
bird. I am the Great Leon.
That reward's as good as mine.
Seriously?
Seriously? You're good.
Fox, it's me!
I almost just killed Peppy. I feel like in the 3DS version of this game, it's way easier to accidentally shoot your own dudes.
Your father helped me like that too. My beautiful reward! There's one more to go.
What the heck?
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
I can't lose. I'll take care of the bomb now.
News, Jer, what's up? Has anyone played X-Zoniac? I have not, but I am familiar with it, and I want it. It looks good. Gamer Discourse on Twitter is my morning newspaper. Read with coffee. People are like, Mario does that all the time, dude.
All aircraft report.
Mario brings back old levels too.
We made it.
Same with Kirby. I'm like, yeah, but those games are usually a lot better than the Sonic games. So, look.
That was a close call,
Fortunately,
Fox.
Sonic is just having a little trouble lately. Okay, dude, Peppy's about to die. Dude. Live, Peppy, live. They literally said there are throwback levels. Yeah, I saw somebody talking shit about that Mario Galaxy stage where he's like running around that one level in Mario 64. It's like that was the point though. Where are we going? Sector X? Oh shit, I hate this level. Have you seen Sonic 06, the best game in the franchise?
Reports indicate that Andross is working on some secret weapon.
There's always a Sonic fan
check it
out
out.
there that says Sonic 06 is actually not as bad as people say it is. Those exact words. I quoted. I think somebody said that in your chat, and I screen capped it and put it in my Discord. The Sonic 06 is actually not a bad game.
Let's take out that weapon, boys.
I posted it with the GIF of Sonic kissing the girl. It's the perfect it's not that bad, dude. Isn't Thwomp's Castle literally every Mario game between Mario 64? Yeah, I think so. Are we gonna do the warp?
Let's have a little fun.
I don't think we're gonna do the warp because we're doing the blue line right now, so I gotta stay on the blue line.
Stay alert.
We're in blue line mode right now. Peppy, don't fly in front of me. You are seriously about to die, and if I accidentally shoot you, you're gonna die.
He's quick! Be careful! Enemy group behind us! Man, they're fast!
Jesus, there's so many of them.
They're getting close to the base!
Accidentally shoot Peppy.
Somebody is here. It's all gone.
Yeah, I think he gets chased by bad guys in this stage, so I'm like, he's probably gonna die. Or not die, but, you know, go back to the ship or whatever. Falco does not sound as concerned here. Yeah, we were talking about how the voices in this one don't, like...
What the heck is that?
Like, they don't match that, like, visceral kind of, Oh, yeah, see, look at he's so dead. Yeah, there he goes.
Sit this one out.
Damn. Tried to save you. He got, like, fucked up during the Star Wolf battle, I think.
Interceptor system dead ahead.
My favorite part was when Tails died. Tails, no! Destroy everything.
Location
I starved
confirmed.
Tails to death.
Sending supplies.
Poor Tails, dude. And then he laughed. Yeah, see, Singles has a good point there too about the voices. The compression probably adds a little bit of that, like, punch to it. Because yeah, when I listened to the uncompressed, like, audio files for this game, they do sound less like punchy. So it definitely is in part due to that. I think Star Fox
What the heck?
Zero did a good
Fox,
job
look
with the
behind you.
voices. Like, I know they got a new, like, Wolf voice. Like, they kind of, like... Wolf in this game sounds more kind of like a mustache twirling, like, bad guy. You know, like a gentleman. In Star Fox Zero, he sounds more like a... kind of like a brute. It's very cool. You are an enemy. What the heck?
Where is the creator?
What's he saying?
What's he saying? Wolf's voice is fine. Yeah, I like his voice in both games.
Yippee! You did it!
His voice is good.
Huh?
I can go either way with the Wolf kind of style.
The view is clear.
Oh,
I must be complete.
I forgot. I was supposed to let him hit Slippy, but that's fine. I can just change the path. I was like, oh, wait. Sent him.
All aircraft report.
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Yeah, I guess, oh, it makes sense. I guess Wolf's voice in Zero was probably more, they were probably trying to make him more like, Star Fox Assault Wolf. They were probably going more for, like, that tone.
The hell was that?
Something understated about Zero that I also don't like is that it feels like Zero is trying to justify the whole everyone is animals thing. I don't like it. Yeah, I've always kind of thought, like,
Did you learn to fly?
when Star Fox was probably in, like, early stages of development, did they even, like, want to use the animal things? Or was that even, like, a thought? Like, I almost was like, well, was it just supposed to be, like, space dudes? Like a space war going on? But then they, like, added animals at the last second to just make it more like iconic. Because then I start to have a conversation with myself where I'm like, would Star Fox be as memorable if they weren't like animal kind of people? If they were just like dudes? If they were just like space dudes, 64, you know? Like, I know he changed him, or I guess the whole Fox idea came from, because that's where his like inspiration came from, right? Because he would like run through those like Japanese temples, those like shrines that have those big red like. That's where his like inspiration came from. He wanted to create a game that kind of like was like that, like you'd be like flying through stuff. But then I guess like like around that shrine there's like fox like statues or something, so like he was like, oh, a fox, dude. Oh, look at a new one says, like, the Cornerian army is dogs, the Andros army is monkeys, because of a proverb in Japan that it's better to fight like dogs than monkeys. Okay. I'm a wolf, therefore wilder and stronger than you, Fox. Okay. These guys would be a bunch of chads and would probably make me feel the way the new Buzz Lightyear movie made me feel. That's funny. What up, Rio? What up, Roach?
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're right, because, like, there's that line in Star Fox Zero where Andros, like, says something to Fox about that. He's like, a fox working for a dog? Like, what are you? It's just like, what? Oh my god, a fox is working for a dog. Yeah, taking orders from a dog, yeah.
Deploy the landmaster.
Yeah, that's a good note there. Search for Slippy's on the fucking ship. Yeah, I accidentally forgot to let Slippy die in that last stage, so I just changed the course to the... Look, here's our like headcanon, alright? Slippy went out for some groceries and he never came back, so we gotta go find him. He went out there, he was supposed to be back here an hour ago.
We'll search here.
He is missing. What the hell is this thing? Is there an animal hierarchy in Star Fox? I guess there is now.
I'll pass, Fox. He can sure be a pain in the neck.
Can't you just let him stay missing? Because
enemy fighters coming at you, Fox.
yeah, because it's like, I don't know. Yeah, you have a good point there. They really never leaned into the animal thing. Like, it just was kind of like a thing that just was to make the game more iconic, I guess. Because again, I say, if this game was not, if it was just space dudes, I don't think it would, like, it'd probably still be a good game. It just wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't have a, I don't know, it just wouldn't have been as memorable, I guess. I would probably just think of it as one of those, like, those generic, like, rail shooter games where you're like a spaceship just kind of flying around, like, destroying shit. Generic space dudes. Oh, I missed the point check. Shit. Itty's died. The search for Slippy's on the... Yeah, we're like down here trying to like, where the fuck is he? But he's actually like still on the ship. We just couldn't find him. He's like lost on the ship. He's like, guys? Hello? Mod check? And we're like down here like, where the fuck is he? Where the hell is that? That asshole. Now Falco's being chased. Falco, everything in the world.
Shake this guy.
Oh my god, Falco, everything in the world is ensuring that I cannot save you.
Or something.
Holy shit. Oh, he's still being chased. I've killed like 25 guys trying to save him. Poor Falco. Oh yeah. Fun fact, even in Japan, I think Fox's name is actually Fox and not the Japanese word for fox, kitsune. Or kitsune, or is it kitsune or kitsune? I don't know.
Ah! I'm hit!
I'm hit!
Is that you, Slippy?
Slippy!
I'll be there soon.
Slippy toe!
Slippy!
Slippy!
I knew you'd come help me.
Kitsune. There you go. Rio forgot bind. It's true. Yeah, I really don't like using bombs in Star Fox because I like to hit the button real fast, you know? Like, it's more fun to just be like... But yeah, I guess you're right. I could have fired a bomb at that Falco part. Trying to save him. Prehistoric beast Gorass. Okay, there, a bomb, boom.
Slippy, what are you doing?
I need it. I'll analyze right away.
Slippy Toad.
Data analysis complete. Here it comes.
Jeez Louise. Got him. Bosses are really wrecked by bombs. Some bosses. This is one such boss.
I thought it was
Yeah, using bombs there is something I learned from a speedrun strat when I used to speedrun this game.
Repairs complete on Peppy's
You
ship.
can actually like one cycle that guy too, or he doesn't grow his arms back.
We'll head to Venom.
It's hard though. It's hard. Peppy is okay. It's the only reason I remember that about Voltron. What happened on Voltron? Roach saying, you tell me that there's not a tracking system on the R-Wings. You just planetary bomb this fucker out of existence without getting your tank dirty, dude. Voltron, Macha? I thought I saw somebody said something about Voltron. Are we going to Bulls? Do you guys remember how much I loved Bulls during the speedruns? I think this is one stage that actually the emulator does not like this level. It's kind of laggy on this stage, so I'm just gonna try to beat it as fast as possible.
I'm on it.
Do you guys remember Bulls, dude? Bulls in this game looks insane. They added like way more like crazy shit flying around. Like it's hard to focus on this level.
Okay, guys.
Bulls, dude. Bullshit. This stage is bullshit, dude.
For the 6 energy towers.
One cycle Bulls right here, right now, personalized guarantee on it.
I'll cover you, Fox. I won't let you get away from me. Hey, the force field is disappearing.
Hey!
Looks like we've got company.
We got company. What was that? I gotta go find that what was that like tweet I found where that guy like added a D's nuts joke into this game? That was so funny. Where Falco's like, careful. He's like, careful. Andros gave his troops Ligma.
Take care of the guy behind me, Fox.
And Slippy's just like, Ligma? What's Ligma?
Fox, get this guy off my tail.
He's like, Ligma balls. He's just like,
What's taking you so long, Fox?
Ligma? What's Ligma?
Good, I see the enemy door.
Careful. Amy Sumisu with the rain. What up, Amy? Amy.
I won't let you get away from me. There's one down.
God, come on, Tim. Couldn't one cycle it, you guys. Fission mailed.
Destroy the satellite's course.
How you guys doing? Thank you so much for the raid. What's up, you guys? Amy out here checking in, seeing what's going on. Raiden Rio Rar. Ooh. How you guys doing? Amy Wade. The peepo poo poo guy. Hello. How was the Venice beach yesterday? Is that where you guys were at?
Venom, here we come.
You down there chilling on the beach right now? How's the SF64 speedrunning world record holder doing tonight? Pretty good. We've made it to the 3D version of the game that I have world records on. Hunted for Koroks? Nice.
Don't relax. We're not done yet.
We're on a fun game right now. Now, the Star Fox game last night,
The monkeys who's far.
kind of fun,
They're everywhere.
but sort of frustrating. But now we're on to a fun one, alright?
These guys just keep coming.
But I appreciate the raid, you guys. Hope you guys are all having a good
Don't go
evening.
dying on me.
Hope you found some Koroks. The 900,000 Koroks that are hiding right now.
Brace yourselves.
Do you think, like, the Koroks are starting to get scared of you? They're like, oh shit,
We'll be sorry, punk.
she's gonna find us all. They're, like, on, like, the run. They're like, oh my god,
I'll take the left.
Amy is here.
I've got the right.
Amy is here. She is looking. Leo, what's up, Leo? Am I saying that right? Appreciate the follow. Koroks running into extra
Watch out,
hit.
Fox.
That's what they should do in the next game. Like, the Koroks move. Like, they're never in the same spot. That'd be insane. They go on, like, the run. Like, you'll see them on, like, a horse or something. Like, they're like, go, 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 go! And they're all just, like, piled up. And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, no! Get back here!
Going left.
They're on a horse, like, running. There's, like, three of them on one horse.
Whoa.
They're just like, go, go, go! Gotta take the contacts out of my eyeballs. Alright, sounds good. Right. Leo says, why are you not on my follow list yet? I got rated here all the time. Get on the list, son. Leo, like the chips. You got it. Nice. There you go. Oh, man, I love those chips,
This
dude.
brings back memories
Those are
of
good.
your dad.
Korok's never in the same spot. AKA, how to get people to never play my game again. I mean, Nintendo, it will be like that sometimes. They're like, people found this too boring or annoying, so let's, like, make it worse, you know?
That temple gives me the creeps.
It's like when people said Mario Brothers 1 was too easy. Like, Miyamoto took that personally, you know? And then he goes on to make Mario 2, like the Lost Levels, and he's like, alright, you guys want a hard game? He's like, alright. He's like, alright.
Don't get too close, Fox.
Oh, he gets, look at this guy, he's got like eyes or something. This guy's running.
Data analysis complete. Here it comes.
Oh my god. No. Miyamoto said no. I love and envy your hair. Oh man.
I'll go it alone from here.
Appreciate it. Yeah, the hair is. It's been hot lately. It's been kind of meh, but today it's nice and cool in here, so it feels nice, dude. Making me realize I am not a good gamer. Oh no. Straight facts is Luke Lee. I used to speedrun, not this game, but like the original version of this game. But this game like plays exactly like that one, so. Oh, and then before we get into this fight, so I am like emulating this game. I do not know why, but the Andros fights like flip. So just like look, if you see the game flip, do not be alarmed. Do not be scared, okay? And if you do get a little scared, just close your eyes and go to your happy place. Close your eyes. Imagine your happy place.
You will die just like your father.
You will die. Perseus is jamming though. Oh my god, he's upside down. Monkey. This is the robot one. Who screamed? Oh my god! Could you imagine just like you're like a little kid and you're playing this game and you got to that part and you see that guy and you're just like, what the f, like you're all freaked out and scared and you're like flying around. You're like, what do I do? He's just spanked that man.
Fox, are you okay?
Yes! You did it!
Henry Cavill?
Okay, I'll admit it.
Bayonetta is mommy?
Where did you learn to fly?
David MC said, "Is that an anti-piracy thing?" No, yeah, it's a glitch. Yeah, it's kind of a funny glitch. I have no idea why it does that. I do own this game on the 3DS, though. I have it and everything, but you know, obviously I don't have the means to stream it, unfortunately, from the hardware itself. Or else I would, like, I actually, like, fully intended to buy a 3DS, or not buy it, but to get my 3DS, or at least a, like, you could go online and, like, buy modded 3DSs that had, you know, like, capture capability. I had, like, fully intended to do that, but I couldn't find any anymore, and I guess, like, the people that would do it don't do it no more? Like, it was gonna be quite a pricey thing too. I think it's like $350 or something for that. 350 buckaroos. 3DS capture cards are gone, right? Yeah, it was like, I think what, like, back in the day, there was somebody in Japan and then there was somebody in the US that would, like, people would legit, like, send them their 3DSs and then, like, pay them to, like, mod their 3DS with, like, whatever capture shit that this guy would, like, custom make or something. As far as I'm aware, I think this is how it was done, right? It could be an anti-piracy thing, but I feel like, yeah, but it's, like, weird because it only happens on 3 levels. So I'm like, if you were gonna, like, anti-piracy thing, wouldn't you just do it for the whole game or something? Like, imagine for the whole game, like. I was like, it's strangely for only 3 levels, and each of those levels have something in common, where it's like, there's this, like, blurry filter effect that they made, so it does it on the lava stage, where it has, like, that heat kind of, like, shimmer to it, and then it happens in the water stage where it has like the water kind of like shimmer to it, and then it happens in that stage which also has like a shimmer to it. So I think it has something to do with that. Anti-piracy has had much simpler, more effective ways of getting you. Yeah, what was the one where in like Game Dev Tycoon where if you pirated that game during the actual game while you were like making games and stuff, your games would start to get pirated, so you'd lose like money from
Oh no, sir.
they actually like put it in the game. Like they're like, oh shit. That was funny. How the turntables.
Is ready to go.
It's time for us to go now.
If it was anti-piracy, you couldn't use anything but the regular laser. Your teammates wouldn't be able to be saved. Everyone would be calling you a pirate, and the game would crash and not let you save. Oh god. Also an in-game event for piracy, but that's like an actual part of the game. Oh really? Yeah, and then like, wasn't there one for the Witcher games where like the Witcher would like get down with some like super old like granny kind of character, and you had it was like an unskippable cutscene or some shit. What was like the Witcher one? The Witcher had like a great one too. Yeah, like the Witcher. I can't remember. It was like the Witcher 2. Yeah, there was like some like unskippable like granny sex scene. Yeah. Big Babe's like, yep, dude. Sources, please. Yeah, I might. Witcher. Pirate. Punishment? The Witcher 3 Pirated Punishment. How do you know about it? I think I like saw it on like a top 10 list or something of like pirated like things that people would do to their games to like. Yeah, there's a Reddit post right here. CD Projekt Red trolled pirates by replacing all the women in sex scenes with Marietta Loredo in pirated copies of The Witcher 2. So I guess it was like it was all good until the like cutscene starts, and then it's like not the girl that you were like actually with. It would be this character named Marietta Loredo, which I believe was like some old grandma character or something. Yeah. So yeah, that was for The Witcher 2. That wasn't the newest one. Could you imagine being that guy? You like starting up that sex scene, and then it's just like you're like, what the fuck? That shit's funny. Can I not skip these credits? What the fuck? Oh, I think I know why. Are you left and missed the ending? I'm okay. Are you okay? Even better, Zen's like, oh hell yeah, dude. It's like, yes. Sleeper was saying on Gamer Anx? I don't know what that is. It could have been on, or is that like a site that does that? That does like the top lists? Like, yeah, it was like a top 5 or top 10 lists of like gamer piracy trolling, and that one was on there. And then yeah, I remember they talked about the Game Dev Tycoon one, and then they talked about what was it, like another one? Can't remember. I always skip 64's ending. Star Fox Zero, not so much. Yeah, I was gonna try to skip this, but I guess it doesn't let you skip the credits. I guess I can just restart the game. I guess we'll just chill. Skip the the Declaration of Inclusion. How dare you? Piracy checks are sometimes more interesting than the games themselves. Yeah. Oh, Sleeper Saints, it's a video series on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, it could have possibly been that. The Witcher granny scene has me dead. Oh my god, are you watching it? No. Think Ranker, but videos and just games. Okay. I watch it the first time and cry every single time after. I am not up for waterworks every time I finish this game. Yeah. There are times where, especially the, like, true ending of this game, where, like, James McCloud he leads you out of there. It's like, you become so strong, my son. It's like, oh shit, dude. It's real, Link, please? Yeah, it's real. You guys think I was trolling you? I just had the wrong Witcher. It was Witcher 2 that did it. I thought it was Witcher 3, but it was Witcher 2. Apparently there's a Witcher 3 one, though, too. It says Witcher 3 cheaters get hilarious punishment. What's the Witcher 3 one? CD Projekt Red has noticed players found an easy way to get unlimited money in The Witcher 3. They've decided to deploy a very creative punishment for this exploit. The exploit centered around killing cows. Players would clear out a group of them, collect their hides, and then meditate. The cows would then respawn, and players would kill them again. They would repeat the process as needed until they had a tidy pile of hides and they could sell to nearby merchants. The latest PC patch notes for The Witcher 3 hinted at a potential fix with this line. Deploys the Bovine Defense Force Initiative. The solution's more amusing than I could have expected, though. Now, when players meditate to respawn the cows, they are ambushed by a giant horned monster called a chort. That's kind of funny. The chort is not too complicated to fight. All he does is charge and try to swipe you with his claws. However, he's no pushover. To make matters worse, another one respawns as soon as you kill the first. That's funny. He's still upside down? Hey, stop fucking with me. He's like, I'm still upside down. That's so scary. That scare you? You're like, oh shit. I'm still upside down, bitch. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Indeed. The bottom of the screen? Yeah. Yeah, that's a very common... like, I even think when I emulate the 64 version of this game, it does that too. Monkey. That's a very common, like, emulator thing. I've seen that on a lot. Alright, so now we gotta do the yellow line, so should I... So to try not to repeat a lot of these levels, I guess I'll go, like, to Sector Y, I guess. That way we can see the cocky little freaks!
Steep bill.
Cocky little freaks! Leo says, yeah, I thought a streamer I do not know and is ultimately the suspect was trolling me, dude. It's real, dude. There's granny sex scenes in The Witcher 2 if you pirate that game. I had like a bunch of friends that pirated that game too, so I was like, I wonder if they ever had to deal with that, dude. That's funny. Alright, here we go. Yellow line time.
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system.
That's great.
The evil Andross.
Oh, Lugly posted in chat. Watch at your own risk, she says.
Wasteland of near
it's so funny, the default moans.
General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom.
Venom.
5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox
I always
team
thought it'd be cool if
were
they
sent to investigate.
Because you know how like James
Upon
goes there
their arrival,
first
Pigma
to
betrayed
Venom?
the
I always
team,
thought it'd be cool
and
if
James and Peppy were captured
they like
by Andross.
retconned or
Peppy barely
maybe
escaped
like
Venom
remade the
and
original
returned
Star
home to
Fox
tell
for the
James's
Super
son
Nintendo if they
Fox
remade
about
that
his
into
father's
that
fate.
story.
A few years have passed.
Like it's like the first time that they go there.
Invaded the
Kinda
Lilat
neat.
system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lilac
That way
system
we can fight the truck
once
guy again. And that two-headed bird thing. Alright, so yeah, let's go to Sector Y, and then I'll, like, go down to the Bill stage.
It's about time you showed up,
Bill.
Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andros won't have his way with me.
Good luck.
Alright. They're like, didn't we just do this? We're doing it again.
Open the wings.
There's something familiar about all this.
Check your G diffuser system.
Falco here.
Falco here. I'm fine.
This is
I go.
all systems go.
Peppy's like ears get like, since he's in like a spaceship, they get all like
Here. I'm
pushed
okay.
down. Peppy can't fit his ears in there,
I see
dude.
him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
The ears are too big. Falco's beak is really big. What the hell kind of bird is Falco?
Flippy, get back here!
It's like, that is definitely not what a falcon looks like, you know what I mean? So
Bogey on your tail.
is he like another bird? But his name's Falco?
Thanks, Fox.
Maybe
I
that
thought
was
they
his
had
chosen name, like he like wanted a cooler name than his real name.
We're entering Corneria City now. This is horrible.
Falcons have like small black beaks, right?
Everybody
So
stay
Steve,
alert.
what's up, Neil? He looks like a blue jay. Yeah, he does look like a blue jay.
You got an enemy on your tail. Use the brake.
Ow. Free bomb. He's only voiced Falco?
Fox, get the ones behind you.
Really?
Something's wrong with the G diffuser. Use the boost technique. I guess I should be thankful.
He's just that cool. Yeah, he's like, how could I ever top that? He's like, I'll never voice act again. How can I ever top that line?
Do a barrel roll.
And then I know, like, for a lot of voice actors, you gotta have, like, a lot of range, though, too. So if you can only do, like, one voice, then you kind of, like...
Pretty smooth flying, Fox.
Unless you're Steve Bloom, then, you know, it's fine. But for a lot of people,
Follow me, Fox.
you gotta have some range, you know?
Falco, where you going? I found the target. Try to keep
It's like
up.
the guy who voices Mario also voices, like, a dragon in Skyrim. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I, like, I go and look that up, and I'm like, wow. That sounds nothing like Mario, dude, you know? Like,
Gotcha.
I missed that gold ring. Dang it. Rio's gonna be a voice actor one day?
Ah, someone wants to play.
Gotta do those.
Incoming enemy
You know what?
from the
That
rear.
would be the dream job, is to voice act a Star Fox boss. So I can, like, scream into the microphone.
Enemy shield analyzed.
I've got a present for you.
He's got a present for me?
Yeah, it's working. Knock it off. Who are you guys?
Here, Star Fox.
Wailing into the mic. Could you imagine? They're just like, we need you. Okay, so here's the direction, okay? You've just been murdered by a group of space creatures, animals.
Heading out. All aircraft
I need you to
report.
just shout into the microphone as loud as you can, like you're being blown up. It's like, alright,
I was worried for a moment.
sounds good.
You're becoming more like your father.
I'm fine. You okay over there, Fox?
What's the metal for Corneria? Like the hits metal, is it 150? It's kind of hard to get that one. You gotta be like going around shooting all the things, man. Rob, stop telling me to stop playing. It's like, please stop playing the game. Alright, so from Sector Y, we'll go down to the Bill stage, and then do the yellow line, probably do Area 6 again, and... Or should we do Bolts again? I guess we've seen Area 6, like, twice already, huh? I don't know, we've only seen it once, right? I'll think about it. We'll see what level it... I know the Bolts route is a little bit
Fox,
quicker. That way
we're
we can
under
get to the
attack.
red line
Help us
faster.
out here.
I'm on my way.
Is this the Gundam level? Gundam time.
Good luck.
Burp, burp. You got shut down by the ass-wiped frog. And action, dude. Slippy got you. Look, Slippy redeemed himself last night. You guys, I had to beat that Star Fox game last night as Slippy fucking Toad. Slippy has redeemed himself by helping me beat that fucking game that was pissing me off last
Let's
night.
back up the squadron. Somebody's gonna pay for all this.
Slippy redeemed himself. A game should be called Star Fox Command: The Redemption of Slippy. It was yeah, Star Fox Command.
Wrong. I don't see the enemy fleet.
Because all of the spaceships in that game are kind of built differently, and Slippy's ship has like the most health and armor.
Surprise attack coming from above.
And he has a lot of bombs too, so you can just like bomb the hell out of all the things.
Hold them. They're trying to get through.
Slippy OP in that game. Real voice acting? Mod chat? Should we do some voice acting? I actually did voice acting many...
Good job.
I guess it wasn't voice acting, but I did a commercial like way back in college. It was for I was a voiceover on a airsoft commercial for like airsoft guns. Were you? Yes, I was airsoft. It was so funny. Like there was someone in one of my college classes that like needed a voiceover. So he like brought me to his house and he had like a studio in there and we just like recorded it in there like and then he paid me. He gave me some hot dollars and then I left. Connoisseur. What's up, Doth Life? I wish I could find the commercial. It's been a while. I mean, that was a while ago. Like, that was like... Oh, God. I'm trying to think when that was. I think that had to have been around, like, 2012, maybe? I've, like, tried to go back and find the commercial on YouTube, but I can't find it. This is the one. Yeah, he heard me, like, in the class. Because, like, a lot of times when you're taking, like, film classes and you're doing, like, table reads of you know, of, like, people's scripts and stuff, people will kind of, like, act and stuff and do, like, the voices. So he like approached me like after the class. It was kind of like a older dude that like had like an airsoft. I don't know if it was like a company or something. I can't remember, a store. But yeah, he had me do a
Something's up ahead. Looks
an ad for him. The hunt is on. I've tried to find it, but it is lost to time, like tears in rain. I'm gonna kill these guys on one pass. Here we go. Oh shit.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Quit moving around. What the hell was that? You just punched me. Don't punch me. What the hell? Remember when the Blue Man would like ruin my speedruns too? Blue Man quite a bit.
Don't party just yet.
Don't body just yet.
It's time to try a new weapon.
Come over to my house, K-Kona. It's time to try a new weapon.
Cocky little freak.
Cocky little freaks.
You're making me mad.
You're making me mad. Hey, that guy was mad when he blew up. You're making me mad.
We're heading for Aquas.
I was in an airline commercial, but they pulled a Mike Wazowski and left me in the shadows. You can't even tell I was there. Oh, shit.
Your skills have improved, Fox.
I guess you're good for something.
What airline was it? Was it Australia Airlines? Australia Air. You beat the Gundams, I know. Oh, and then, okay, so we gotta go down to Bill's stage. Yeah, I remember going for auditioning with some friends too for a Sims commercial actually one time. It was for like Sims. It was like a DLC for the Sims, so I can't remember what DLC it was. This was like this had to have been back in like 2011. Like around the time that this game came out. Yeah, the Sims. We auditioned for a Sims commercial, but they didn't go with me. Obviously, I wasn't cool enough for the Sims. I can't even remember the role I was auditioning for. It was for like an angry angry boyfriend type or something. I was supposed to be like an angry boyfriend or like a frustrated boyfriend. Angry boyfriend. But I couldn't do it, I guess. Not angry enough.
Katina is battling the enemy. Will you help them out?
I can't remember. Yeah, it was like, I can't remember it definitely wasn't like a main series Sims game. It was like a DLC or like
Hang on, guys. Help is on the
something.
way.
I just can't remember what. Ow.
Fox, you made it.
Fox, that was one of ours.
Bill, is that you? I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Catch up later, Fox.
Catch up later, Fox. Man, there's bad guys and shit. Why are you trying to talk to me, dude?
Scratch one bogey.
Rio major actor. No major acting. Though I almost got
Husky you. Cover the
closest
base.
I ever got to working in like film
There's one down.
industry. Like I've done some like television
You're
work,
not getting
but
away that easy.
I remember
Time for a little payback.
I almost got hired on to working on Wonder Woman like way back. This is like before they did the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, but they were making like another one. It was like before the Henry Cavill like Superman movie came out and stuff like that. So there wasn't like they had no plans for like a connected verse yet. So they were actually like just making a Wonder Woman was in the like super most basic, yeah, like, and they were hiring on people for that. But I would say within like that week is when they like they're like the Henry Cavill Superman was gonna become a connected universe, so they like shelved that Wonder Woman movie in favor of like the, yeah, like the Gal Gadot one and stuff like that.
Time for a little payback.
It was being made by the people who made oh, look at that, like the way the water like looks. It's kind of cool. It was being made by the people who did ER, like the show, which was a little weird. Like I guess whoever made that show was just a huge fan of Wonder Woman and wanted to make a movie, so they like kind of were getting the ball going for a little bit, the ball rolling. But yeah, it like fell through after the Henry Cavill Superman movie. They basically scrapped like all DC films in favor of like creating all that shit, you know. Oh my god, there's bad guys everywhere. I don't want to shoot the good guys. Bad these guys still like to ram me, goddamn, dude.
I won't let you get away from me.
You're not getting away that easy.
The hatches are open.
Yo, the hatches are open, dude.
There's one down.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
The core has appeared. Stand by to attack.
You're not getting away that easy.
Yeehaw! You did it!
You did it! Fucking Bill, dude. Yo! Man. Had to back up Bill, dude. It's so cool though, like, all the other ships, like, are all up in here, too. That's awesome, dude. I like stuff like that.
Take care, Fox. You too, Bill.
Billard. Billiam. Billiam's out of here, man. I'm sorry, I was catching up with chat here, but Indy was saying it was Tiger Airways, but they're out of business now. Tiger Airways? Sounds cool. Oh yeah, this is another stage that flips, so do not be alarmed. Do not be scared. The camera will flip.
That area's an oven. Don't go burning that R-wing. Be reasonable, Fox.
I'll be careful.
We'll be careful. And also,
Good luck.
your screen is gonna flip over. Can you not go first person mode in the 3DS version of this game? Supro did a Dunkin' Donuts commercial recently. Oh, that's cool. I know he's been like going in on that, huh?
Keep an eye on your shield gauge.
It's really cool.
The R-wing might not make it.
Actually, you know what? I just recalled. I remember sending in an audition tape for It was for what was that like latest Mass Effect game? The like bad one? Was that Andromeda or something? They were like, they did like an audition. Like you could send in, or I guess not like a tape, but I sent in like a recording. Like they were doing recordings. And I sent in a thing, like an audition for Andromeda. It was kind of funny. Obviously didn't get picked for it, but yeah, Andromeda.
Looks like you could use some help, Fox.
You could use some help, man. Safety man's here to save us.
Don't get
Safety man, save me. All the love, all the shout-outs. Look at you shout-out, dude. Were you doing some Star Fox score runs?
Watch yourself, Fox.
Safety man, this game flips the screen on this level. Why is it upside down? Yeah, it's like, I already know safety man is gonna be like, what the fuck? The emulation for this game like flips the stage. I think it has something to do with the filtering of like the level, like the little like effects filter. Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, look at point check. Shit. Point check.
I ain't your buddy. Go away. Good riddance. I almost got burned.
I thought this was a mod. No, yeah, this is a glitch.
It's too hot! I can't take it anymore!
But welcome on in, dude. Always good to see you. Just gotta keep reminding myself to shout you out at the end of this level. Yeah, obviously when the voice audition for Andromeda didn't go through. They wanted, or like I guess they had like a bunch of little like, they had a bunch of little I forgot what you call it. They just little roles, kind of like background roles, you know, just like those like kind of people that you know, when you're like running around like the cities and stuff for those games, you just kind of hear like people talking in the background. They had a bunch of roles like that, and they were just kind of like, they were like, yo, just send us in shit and we might choose you. Is this a remake for the 3DS? Yeah, yeah. What's up, Turkey Johns?
Andros is an insane fool.
It's glitched right now. It's not supposed to be upside down. So if you're like, why the hell is this game upside down right now? That is why. What the heck is going on? But luckily it's not a big deal since you're in a spaceship and my brain could just automatically kind of like fill in the holes and just like, yeah, you're upside down. That happens sometimes. That's laughing. Chilling. Just remember to watch that R-Wing, I know. Oh, let me shout out Safety Man. We gotta shout out Durka Johns too. Speaking of actors and roles, man, wasn't Durka? Weren't you in like The Boys?
All aircraft report.
I'm having some trouble here.
Durka was in The Boys, dude.
I'm taking a few hits, but I'm okay.
Oh.
You're getting better, Fox.
I was in The Boys, dude. Yeah, when I saw you, I was cracking up. Because you were the one guy. You were like the Russian, like, weren't you like the Russian guy with the huge dick? That was hilarious. Durka Johns was the Russian guy with the huge PP. Sounds like, sure what? Like, he's like, that's so cool. Me and my brother love that show. Alright, let's go here. Yeah, we were just talking about like voice roles and commercial roles that we've auditioned or been in. It's a lot of fun, dude. Love sausage, yeah. That's so funny.
So you're going to attack the enemy.
I was glad
base?
that your character, I guess it's kind of
Idea,
a
Fox.
spoiler for the show, but I was
It'll be
like,
a piece of
I
cake,
was
you
glad
know?
that your character didn't die in that part. I was like, if he's dead, I'm never watching this again. Right, at least if I'm remembering it correctly, I think your character survived. Oh! Macbeth looked like the moon? Yeah, I know, right? They kind of like changed the way this stage looks.
There's the train. I'm taking it out.
It looks less just like Earth and more like the moon now. But I think it's supposed to be like a war. Like, I think it's supposed to just, like, show you that, like, Andross's bad guys are, like, tearing up places. So this once, like, thriving, wonderful planet is now just, like, a quarry of just, like, facilities and pollution. Pollution! Do a barrel roll? Okay. Durka was saying, me too, hopefully they bring it back. Haven't heard anything yet about Season 4. Oh, gotcha, okay. Absolutely, man. I was like, he better not die. Absolutely. Guess I should be thankful. Guess I should be thankful, dude. What up, though, Speed King? Whoa, this guy's in my camera. He's like, cheese!
How's the Landmaster, Fox?
Try hovering.
The rocks look all smooth. I know, right? I will say, like, a lot of people say that the 3DS version is kind of better, but I'm like, I don't know, like, I think there's, like, parts that are, like, visually kind of cool, but then, I don't know, like, I still think the 64 version might be better. Whereas, though, with Ocarina of Time, I think the 3DS remake is just, like, all around better than the regular Ocarina of Time. But this one, maybe I'm just a little bit more, like, nitpicky because I like Starbox. I just love this game.
What's wrong? Come a little closer.
So maybe it could just be nitpicks, but I just feel like the regular version's better.
Try hovering.
Like, I don't mind this stage's, how they changed, like, the way this stage looks. You know, that's fine. Like, a lot of my nitpicks come from, like, the voices are kind of a little bit less punchy. I sometimes get kind of annoyed of, like, the screen resolution. So now that it's, like, a widescreen instead of, like, a full screen. So when you're, like, flying around and dog fighting, if a ship, like, flies up top, like, it kind of, like, flies off your screen now. And you can't even see them. Whereas in the 64, like, you can still kind of see them, you know, because you had a lot more screen space up top.
I see the fuel bunker on the
Ow.
right side.
Change the switch ahead. Shoot the 8 switches.
Do they have all the original voice lines? Yeah, they even got the original voices, too. They have all the voice lines. Though, they actually did change some, though. Now that you mention it. They actually, they changed, like, the Einstein line. They're like, hey, Einstein, I'm on your side. They changed that. Which is kind of funny. I'm like, they changed it because they probably realized that makes no sense that Einstein would be, like, a thing in this universe. They're like...
I'll lure these guys to the front.
So he doesn't say that no more. Now he says, hey, genius.
Enemy shield analyzed.
He took out the Einstein line. Sag.
Okay, now shoot the switch.
But you know what?
Now hold the gas.
I might fight this boss. Yeah. Let's fight this boss with blue line again.
Well, at least we can take this boss out.
I haven't killed this boss. Yeah, no. I want to hear what he sounds like when he goes, wah. He's just like, wah.
What's wrong?
Ow. Go full length, like, just...
Take care of the guy behind me, Fox.
Slippy, or Peppy is getting chased by dragons.
What's taking you so long, Fox? Your father helped me like that, too.
I just forgot how to, like, fight this boss, to be honest with you.
Hey, I've got my hands full up here.
That's how you get him.
No,
See, like, what is that? So some of the voices are so bad.
All aircraft.
Wow. What is that?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
That sounded terrible. Like, I feel like they got the original voice actors, but just didn't have, like, the direction. And maybe they tried to do it all in, like, one day. Could you imagine being a voice actor and they call you in to, like, redo a voice that you did, like, 20 years ago? Like, hey, we need you to, be Falco again. He's just like, what the, who? He's just like, what? Like, we need you to be Falco. He's just like, who? Alright, that way we can just see more aspects of this game. Because I already did, like, Area 6 and all that, so I was like... And we're about to do that again when we do the red line, so... It's pretty valid. You've never seen someone die and hit the wah. Bolts never had those solar panels. What the fuck? Yeah, they changed up Bolts a little bit. Bolts, like, when you're actually flying around on the planet. Or, sorry, not the planet, but the station. It's, like, totally different looking. Turka, you cocky little freaks! I think what it was in the 3DS version of this game, they needed to have more, like, color. Probably so that the 3D would, like, pop a little more. So a lot of the darker levels have more, like, color to them. And I know they kind of did that in Ocarina of Time as well. Like, a lot of those, like, areas that were really dark would, you know, they would, like, brighten them up a lot.
Hey, the
It looks good, though.
field is disappearing.
It's weird, because I like it, but there's times where the scale of the ships just seem, like, really small. Like, especially when it zooms in on the R-Wings during the, like, mission complete parts. I'm just like, why do the R-Wings just feel like they're tiny now? Like...
Hey, genius, I'm on your side.
Uh-oh.
Playtime is over, Star Fox. I think I'll torture you for a while.
Torture you for a while.
Daddy's been real good before he died. Good, I see the enemy door.
Ow, who the hell?
Just what I need to see. Star Wolf.
One cycle Bolts out here? Star Wolf's like, wait, come back. Bolt's core is a boss. Yeah, it's like core. Funny. This one is such a pain in the ass. I could never kill Star Wolf's crew as a kid. Oh shit. Yeah, they definitely would, like, the first time I fought them too, yeah, they would, like, it was that stage where you're in the snow. I remember the first time I did that stage, it was just like, I'm like fighting them, and then the bomb starts to tick down, and then that base like blows up, so you kind of get like a mission failed. Yeah. You could rap to this? Yeah, did you hear the explosion? It's funny. I don't know, like, I'm a little bit mixed with the 3DS version of this game, but like overall it's very good. But I think I still might like the 64 version a little better.
They're everywhere. These guys just keep coming.
The good luck is so iconic. I know, right? Hard long.
Don't go dying on me.
When I was a kid, I actually didn't know what he was saying. I'm like, what the hell is he saying? Kind of sounded like he was saying Grimlock, like the Transformer, like the, what was he, like the T-Rex? Grimlock.
I'll take the left.
Venom looks like it's on fire, but you don't get good luck before Venom. Oh, you don't? No good luck. Sorry.
I'm going left.
Yeah, Venom looks a little bit different.
Watch out, Fox!
Though it could possibly be like an emulator thing, because I don't remember it looking like this kind of washed out. So I wonder if it's an emulator thing. I'd have to go back and play the real one and see, but
Incoming!
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
ow.
Going left.
I just thought Rob was saying report. Remember the PAL version ran 16% slower and was pitched down. Oh, really?
Whoa!
Report.
Can you make it?
Rise of Death. Yeah, just fly on the right of them. It's fine. They're not so scary. The emulator's not displaying this properly. I can tell. I was having trouble on Corneria too. Oh, okay.
Memories of your dad.
Yeah, I feel I see like a lot of like flickery like lighting too, like on some of the close-ups. I'm like, I don't think it looked like that. Definitely might be an emulator thing.
Jeez Louise, what is that?
But a lot of my like nitpicks for this game have nothing to do with like the graphics or nothing. It's my nitpicks are mostly like I feel like a little bit of atmosphere is lost and scale seems really small. Voices, the screen resolution. It's a lot of nitpicky bullshit, but no, yeah, it's still a great remake though. And then we get to play another Star Fox remake, the Star Fox Zero. There's not enough Star Fox remakes. I think they need to remake it again, dude. I think we need another one. Star Fox is like... My head canon is they're just trapped in a time loop where they keep doing this war over and over again. They keep going to these same places.
I'll go it alone from here.
Constantly fighting this guy. That's what, like, Andross's wild experiment was. He created, like, a time loop. He's like, I'll just keep going back in time until I win. So there's so many remakes. Need that 64D make, dude.
I've been waiting for you, Star Fox.
Yo, not gonna lie, that sounds dope, dude. Is that what the... That's what the head canon is, dude. He created a time loop. Oh, and then, yeah, again... this boss fight flips the screen as well, so...
Where did you learn to fly?
Here's the thing, too, about this... When you enter this, this room right here with him... Watch, hear me say. Like, ignore the fact that he flips, right? So you just, like, see him, right? So he's just, like, there in full color. On the 64, he's, like, a black, like, silhouette at first. So you just see, like his outline, and it's like, dun, 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 and then he comes out of the shadows, you know? Like, I kind of miss that. It's like, oh, he's just, like, there. You know? Like, and I recall them doing that with Ocarina of Time as well. Like, they sort of, like, removed the, like, spooky Ganon battle, like, where you just kind of see, like, his outline. Like, the Ganon fight on the 64 was, like, he's, like, shrouded in darkness, and you just see, like, his eyes. But you would, like, every so often, occasionally, like, a lightning would flash, and you would, like, see him for, like, a split second. It was just, like, shit like that kind of gets lost with these, like, oh my god, with these remakes. But I was saying, I do think it has something to do with, like, when it comes to the 3DS, I don't think they like the really dark kind of stuff because it doesn't show up well on that or something. And, like, Singles was saying, it might be, like, a negative space thing. Like, they just don't want, like, you know. That was so weak. Oh, yeah, and then his laugh is, like, he's just like, ha-ha. Like, rather than his, like, spooky, maniacal laugh. Yeah. It's just, like, look, nitpicks, okay? Look, I'm not trying to say this game is bad. It's just, it's all nitpicks.
You did good, Fox.
All nitpicks, dude. Yeah. In the original game, he's like, you know, like, It's just like, now he's just like, haha. Andros fucked with the timeline so much, that's why he was upside down, yeah. He's like, maybe I could beat them if I'm flipped around? Maybe. Alright, so we've watched these credits like a million times, so I'm gonna skip them. I won't skip them on the next one, though. Haha. Yeah, just little nitpicks, you know? Here and there. Alright, let's do the red line, and then I think if we have some time, maybe we'll like watch the Star Fox Command endings. There's what was it? There's 9 of them, and we only got like 2 of them last night, so maybe we can watch the rest so we can enjoy the cringe. Is it this easy because you're on an emulator? It just seems like you can shoot so much faster. Maybe the 3DS version is just easier. It's well, like first I used to speedrun this game, so I know how to shoot very fast. There's like kind of like a method to it, to like firing fast. Oh, you know what? Let's go into the training mode. Here, look. Because we gotta hear like the one guy talk. This guy has like a voice in this version, dude. The training mode guy.
Welcome to training mode.
Training mode.
Let's practice the basics.
Use the circle pad to steer.
This guy's voice. Use the circle pad to steer. Hello.
To ascend, slide the circle pad down.
Circle pad
to descend,
down.
Slide the circle pad up.
Circle pad up. He sounds insane, dude. Circle pad up. I don't want to do gyro controls. What the fuck? Get out of my face. Oh. No. Circle pad up.
Hold the L or R button while turning.
They gave him a voice in this one. He talks now.
Press the L or R button twice to do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Fire.
Why is he like?
Press the Y button to launch a bomb. Press the Y button again to detonate it.
Detonate it. I always like to think that this guy is in the Great Fox, but they just like never talk to him or nothing. Like he's just like the mechanic in there that they never talk to. Dude, he's the one that he works on like the ships and shit. They're just like, oh, it's the Bear Man. Like, does he even have a name? Like, what the hell is this guy's name? Slide the circle pad up.
Multiple enemies at once, you earn bonus points.
Bonus points.
When locked onto an enemy, you can even launch bombs.
Oh shit. Circle pad up.
Collecting a silver ring will refill some of your shield gauge.
Shield gauge.
Collecting 3
thought he was a
gold
raccoon.
rings
I have
will
no
increase
idea what he
your
is.
shield
He's like a
gauge.
bear or a raccoon or something.
Collect 3 more for an extra R-wing. Collecting a laser item will power up your laser.
Power up your laser.
Hyper lasers are more powerful than twins.
Hyper lasers. Hell yeah, brother.
Collecting a wing repair item will fix your wings.
He needs his own game. Do you like this guy now?
Now let's practice speed boosts.
Oh shit, speed boost. All right.
Press the X button to boost.
The boost.
Press the A button to brake. Hold it longer for greater effect.
Shit.
If the boost meter is red, no techniques will work.
Oh no.
To do a somersault, slide the circle pad down and boost at the same time.
Got it. You're the best. Circle pad up. The bear guy said Slippy? Yeah, right. Slippy and the bear guy, dude. How come the bear guy wasn't in Star Fox Adventures or fucking Star Fox Assault? Or maybe he was there, but he's just in the bottom of the ship, like, they just forgot about him. I think he'd be out there, like... That's funny.
To receive incoming messages, tap that touch screen.
Tap that
This
touch
is Rob
screen.
64. Keep up the good work. Good job.
Good job. Narrates those Gene
Now
commercials for
moving
men
to
that talk about
all-range
space. All range mode. No, he sounds like the Dodge Ram guy. The Dodge
You can fly
Ram.
anywhere in all range mode. The yellow mark on the radar shows your position.
You're buying a Dodge Ram.
If you reach the edge of the map, you'll automatically do a U-turn.
A U-turn?
Press the A button to brake.
Roshi. The Manly Man
Hold the
commercials for
longer
men,
greater
yeah.
effect. To do a U-turn, slide the
Oh man,
pad down and brake.
you just
Same
reminded
time.
me. You know what commercials we were talking about at work today? We were talking about
Remember, U-turns only work.
you guys
in
remember the
all-range
Carl's
mode.
Jr. commercials where they'd have
Press the
those like hot model chicks like eating their food?
Boost.
Hot
To
model
do a somersault,
chicks
slide the
eating
super
Carl's.
pad down and boost at the same time.
And it'd be like burger, fries, and a
The
Coke.
boost meter's red.
Don't
No
bother me,
techniques
I'm
will
eating.
work.
Those used to bother you? Yeah, those are so...
LR button while turning to move
Those
left or
commercials
right
were like...
quickly.
were insanity. Like, I can't
Press
believe
the
they,
Y
like,
button
got
to
away with
launch
that
a
shit.
bomb. Press the Y button again to detonate it.
Yeah, there'd be this chick on, like,
Press
the hood of a
button
car
to fire
and, like,
laser.
basically, like, a
Hold the B
bikini,
button if you want to charge it.
eating, like, a Carl's Jr. burger and, like, with, like, fries and a Coke, and, like,
Press it
that
again
was,
to
like,
fire
the
charge
ad.
shot.
It was, like, kinda... It was, like, Carl's is,
Also
like...
lock on to enemies when
ad
charging your laser.
campaign for a while. Like you know how like the Burger King ad campaign for a while was like that, was like the Burger King guy. Like Carl's had one where yeah, it was like these chicks and they'd be eating. It'd be like burger, fries, and a Coke. That's what this bear guy sounds like. He's the he's the Carl's Jr. guy. He's a simple mechanic. Ain't into all that Lilac, Galaxy, Mumbo, Jumbo, Andros, Aperoids, whatnot. Yeah, he doesn't care, dude. He's just trying to fix ships, dude. I'd like to do a trial run? No. I'm going back to the menu. We're going to do the red line now. Alright. Hold up, Rio. Can you repeat that with the voice? He's like, wait.
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system.
Talk about the
The
like
evil
easy mode
Andros
button there
turned
with
this once
Carl's.
thriving
Like,
system
I guess that worked
into a
though. Like
wasteland
Carl's
of near
is
extinction.
Carl's
General Pepper of the
Carl's Jr.
Cornerian Army
went there.
was successful in exiling
They were
this
like
maniacal scientist to the barren,
it was working.
deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed
It worked.
strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andros. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James's son Fox about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andros has again invaded the Lilac
You ever see the
system.
Carl's commercials where the
General
star
Pepper
turns
has
evil at
turned
the
to
end
a
and
new
threatens your
Star Fox
life?
team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lilat system once again.
Do not remember that. That's weird. Eat Carl's or I'll kill you. I'm not making that up. Insanity. They were on Hulu. Alright, we're going red line. Let's go. Everybody pile in. Is the narrator the raccoon? Possibly.
It's about time you showed up, Fox.
I do know with
You're the only
these
hope
games,
for our world.
even the original Star Fox, a lot of the voice actors
Andros
like
won't have his way with me.
doubled up. on voices. Like I know like Slippy was also the voice of Cat, and then I would assume a couple of the bad guys probably did like multiple bad guys. So the narrator probably did that guy too, because they do kind of sound similar, huh? Slide the circle pad up, circle pad down.
Check your G diffuser system.
Hit the Y button to do a boost.
Falco here. I'm fine.
This is Pip. All systems go.
Slippy Toad.
Slippy here. I'm okay.
Slide the circle pad down.
Let's rock and roll.
Alright, one last run to rule them all. The red line. Then we'll be done with this one. Tomorrow we're gonna start Starlink. Battle for Atlas, which I've never played before, so it'll be a first time experience. Is that water? It looks like land. Yeah, it's supposed to be like, yeah, they try to make it look more detailed.
On your tail.
Well, I missed the double lasers because I was distracted with the water.
Whoa! Help! Thanks, Fox. I thought they had
The reflection is broken? Oh, is there a... Oh, yeah, I guess you're right, huh? I see, like that little... Yeah. Yeah, again, we're playing this on, like, emulator, so... There could be some, like, graphical errors. That's why I haven't been judgmental of like the graphics, because I know this is probably not exactly what it's supposed to look like. I had to like actually do a lot to get this game to work. It was quite a situation, I will admit.
You got an enemy on your tail. Use the brake.
Quite the situation. It took me like 2 hours. There's so much grass, dude.
Fox, get the ones behind me. Something's wrong with the G diffuser.
Again, for me, when it comes to the nitpicks, it's nothing really has to do with the graphics. I think the graphics are great looking. It just oh, there's some lasers right here, right? Is that Dupe Fort? What up, Dupe? Shoutouts to Dupe Fort. Thank you for shouting out, dude. The truck commercial bear guy. I don't think he has a name. Like, usually when a character talks, I think it says their name by their like portrait. I don't think he had a name on his, though.
Follow me, Fox.
Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place, but
Falco, where you going?
just go look up. Like I was about to pause it and try to look it up. Like who? Like I think he's kind of known as like the training mode guy or something. He's like the training mode guy, because that's like the only time you see him is in the training mode.
Gotcha.
Whoa! This guy just rammed me. I'll look it up after this stage right here.
Someone wants to play.
Dupe is asking if Joe is emulated. Joe! It looks like the reflection is like working up there, and then
enemy shield analyzed.
see how there's that like line there?
I've got a present for you.
I noticed this guy doesn't say the launch all units line too.
Aim for the open spot.
He just says charge. Didn't in the original game he says like launch all units?
Here, Star Fox.
You'll never defeat Andros.
Joe Mama got him. Oh shit. His name is Deez. Let's see, Star Fox. Star Fox, what is the training mode guy?
You did it!
Training mode.
You're becoming more like your father.
I'm fine. You okay over there, Fox?
Oh, he locally said his name. It's Yaru Depon. I thought you were trying to D's nuts me. I was like, I'm not saying that. That is his name. Yaru Depon is a tanuki that appears in Star Fox 64 in its 3DS re-release. According to Slippy Toad's information on the Japanese Star Fox 64 official website, he is actually the president of Space Dynamics. What? Slippy knows this because he works closely with his father, Beltino Toad. He is unnamed outside the Japanese Star Fox 64 site and only appears in the game's training mode, acting as a trainer, teaching the necessary techniques to pilot the R-Wing in both standard corridor mode and all-range mode. You made Lou cry. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I legit was like, that's a D's nuts, dude. Yaru is a tanuki with a green and red cap similar to the one worn by Slippy Toad, while wearing a gray uniform resembling that of Star Fox teams. A theory is that he might be a flight instructor for the Cornerian Academy. He holds up a wrench, showing that he is also some type of mechanic. Yeah, I always saw the wrench and just thought he was like the mechanic on the ship. Yaru is the only character on the 64 version of the game to not speak in an actual language. He instead speaks in an almost Morse code-esque manner. He could be speaking in Lilat language, as his voice remains the same in both the Europe and Australian release, alternative voice option, and the standard English voice option. Yaru is given a speaking voice by Jay Ward in Star Fox 64 3D. His voice is very similar to the one Ward gave Wolf O'Donnell in Smash Bros. Brawl. Oh, so he's voiced by the Star Wolf guy. Is that who that is? Jay Ward? Is that Star Wolf? Yaru is among many Tanukis. No, sorry. So he said Jay Ward voiced Wolf in Brawl? So who voiced Wolf in this game? I'll just look up Jay Ward. I don't know if this is him. I found a Jay Ward, but I'm like, is this him? He is Wolf in this game. So he like voiced Wolf again, like in Brawl. It's interesting. I didn't know that. Yaru is among many Tanukis in Nintendo's series, following in the footsteps of Mario, and is also a predecessor to Tom Nook, a Tanuki character in Animal Crossing. Wait, Tom Nook is a Tanuki? He's not like a raccoon? Yaru is often mistaken for a raccoon. However, a Tanuki is a Japanese raccoon dog, which is a canine animal, making it fit with most of the Cornerian forces. Oh, okay. The site also describes him as being scheming, which fits with folklore and popular culture depicting Tanukis as being mischievous and jolly. It also states that Slippy thinks he should not say it out loud, but Beltino knows that Mr. Depon is a scheming Tanuki who trades weapons in the darkness. What? Oh, God. There's some crazy back lore going on here, meaning that Space Dynamics is profiting on both sides of the Lilat Wars by dealing under the table. Holy shit, this game is getting nuts, dude. Wow. The training mode guy is some kind of... he's playing both sides of this war, getting rich, dude. In the 3DS remake, he and Rob64 share the same background in the communications channel. The name Yaru Depon might be Japanese pronunciation of Yaru the Pawn, meaning his last name could be Pawn. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ichi Bandstar? Am I saying that right? What's up? Thank you for the raid. Zen says, that is amazing. He's a G. Speed King. That is amazing, damn. Thank you for shouting out Ichi Bandstar. Sorry if I'm just horribly mispronouncing that. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions.
Fox, we're under attack. Help us out here.
I'm on my way.
Thank you for the raid. I hope you were surviving the Digimon. I will say it right here, right now. Digimon had the better cartoon compared to Pokemon. Digimon, absolutely better cartoon. Rio. I'm a big fan of this black market guns dealer guy. It's okay to be wrong, Rio. At least the first 3 seasons before it became weird. Oh yeah, that's true. I only watched like Digimon maybe like season 1 and 2 or something like that. I didn't. That's a good point. I only watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons. Speaking's like, oh hell no, it didn't. Were you guys more about the Pokemon cartoon? I think I gave up on the Pokemon cartoon when Charizard like betrayed Ash during like a tournament or something. I was like, alright, I'm out of here. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you telling me Charizard is like betraying the man that saved his life? There was that Charmander ep where he like was about to die or something, and Ash is like running through the rain or some shit trying to save this dude's life, and you're telling me that when it's his turn to like need you the most, you're just gonna fucking like sit down and not fight? I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, dude. See ya. I'm out. Jesse and James? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I guess you're right. Jesse and James.
I'll take care of everything below.
It's true. Digimon was better for one main reason. The characters grow up and aren't stuck at 12 years old forever. Look at Neo's here. Neo Draymon is here, dude. He's like, hold on, let me get in on this. He's like, wait a minute. Ash... I just picture Ash has that thing that, like, Benjamin Button has, dude. Like, he just gets younger or whatever. Or is that the Benjamin Button thing? Or, like, who... I can't remember. Like, Schwanzer, what's up? Is this, like, the Wii U game? This is the 3DS one. 3DS, dude.
We're gonna break through that. A better pilot.
They make Ash gay in the new show? I actually don't know. Is Nintendo like willing to go there yet? I heard they like said that new Splatoon character was like not a non-binary character or something. Like I heard that this like new Splatoon character was like like Nintendo's first non-binary character, and then they like then it came out that they weren't. So I was like, oh. But like it makes like I feel like Nintendo's not like they're not gonna be joining that kind of thing yet, you know? That kind of
Enemy shield analyzed.
I don't know the proper terminology here, but like they're not gonna like. Is he sideways? Or maybe I'm sideways. I mean, we are in space. There is no sideways in space. Tinkles. I remember saying that. Ash is every employer's dream. A 10-year-old with 25 years of experience. Dude.
It's time to try a new
That's so true. Can we get a shout out for Schwan? Schwan's out here, dude. He's looking. This guy is upside down. Thank you for shouting out Schwan. Thank you, guys.
Cocky little freaks.
Cocky little freaks. Hiring a 10-year-old Pokemon champion. Schwan was saying, I didn't know they made a 3DS one. Yeah, they like remember when they made Ocarina of Time 3DS? They remade this one like around the same time. So it was probably like kind of overshadowed by Ocarina 3D. Which makes sense. I mean, look, Zelda is Zelda. How far into the legacy are you? Let's see. We are... I know it's a little bit small on this screen, but if you squint, we got, after this one, we have 2 more, though Starlink is a little bit of a longer game. So I think we got like about, like maybe like a week and a half worth more of Star Fox. Like it's gonna go a little bit into September, maybe just by like a week. So the first week of September we'll still be doing Star Fox, but then after that we'll be moving on to Sonic. But yeah, we still gotta do this one. We're almost done with it, and then Starlink isn't a Star Fox game, but he has like a cameo role in that game, and I guess you can play the entire game as him, as a Star Fox. So I decided to add that onto the Legacy, just for some new stuff that I haven't played yet. And then of course we're gonna do Zero, which is the Wii U one that you were mentioning. We're gonna do that one last. I decided to flip Starlink and Zero. That way Zero is like the finale game. End it with something kind of you know, kind of big and fun. Lots of Star Fox, man. Yeah, so we're almost done, dude. How was Adventures? Did it feel alright now that we have all this modern game experience? It was alright, but I can kind of tell that toward the end of that game, you can tell they were like just rushing to finish the game. There's like a final part in there where it's like setting up a new kind of like area, new dungeon, new like situation, and they just like, you just fly through it. They just turned it all into like a rail shooter, like first person, like you even fight the boss like that. It was so weird. I was like, you can just tell they are trying to get this over with. It was like maybe they were rushed or running out of time or something. But retrospect, nah, it's still a fine game. It's alright. It's not the best Star Fox, but it's alright. It's fine. You keep saying it wrong, Rio. It's Star Fox Battle for Atlas. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Out of time and or money, yeah. Because I know that game was supposed to be another game, and then they like changed it into a Star Fox game at the behest of Nintendo, and then I know they like actually it was being planned to, it was going to be a GameCube launch game, but then it wasn't. I can't remember how much further it came out after the GameCube came out. I'd say like at least a year, right? Star Fox. Oh, we're going to the water planet. Okay, so this planet flips the screen as well, so do not be alarmed. Do not be scared. Apparently most first-party Nintendo games don't get much budget, unfortunately. Yeah, I've heard about that. Or not that I've heard about that, but I can kind of tell that Nintendo, like, they're very good right now, like, especially right now, they're very good at, like, low-budget games that make, like, the maximum amount of money. Like, they'll just kind of create, like, Skyward Sword HD. Oh, shit, yeah, look at... You just, you know, you just remake a Zelda game, sell it at full price, boom, man. Easy, couple mil in the bank, you know? Easy dollars. Easy roops. Look at that. Which way is up? So here's a level where, like, remember how I was telling you how on the 3DS version of this game, they really don't like the dark, like, stuff? This level is just, like, lit now. Like, you can just see the whole thing. It's a bright-ass stage.
Check out the bioweapon.
Straight up like a dolphin? Oh yeah, it does a little bit, huh? Yeah, you're right, it does a little bit. Well, now it's getting kind of darker, actually.
I'm sending the data to you guys. Shoot a torpedo to help you see.
Looks like the pollution has started.
The pollution! No!
It's awful.
This fish is like just swimming through. Oh shit! Look how we're just going in here like killing like everything in sight. This poor fish is like, hey, how's it going? This is my home right here. Oh shit! Why are you shooting me?
Wow! Look at that! It's beautiful! How's the Blue Marine, Fox?
Pretty good.
It's a good thing you prepared, Slim.
They can only settle for 25.
This thing will never hold together.
Oh yeah, it's 20. Yeah, I just noticed on the frame counter, it's at 20 right now. Usually it's 30.
Watch out!
Do a barrel roll.
Throw a barrel. Why is it upside down? Oh yeah, it's an emulator bug. Yeah. Look at point check. Point check. Get the point check, dude.
Look out behind you!
It's an interesting bug. It really is, yeah.
We've got lots of torpedoes!
It's very... My theory is that it must have something to do with like the filter that they put on this game for just sort of to give it that like wavy like underwater kind of thing. Like I think it might have something to do with that, if I had to guess.
You guys actually trust this thing?
Because it only does it on 3 levels. This one, the solar stage, so where you're on like the lava planet, and then it does it in the Andros boss fight. So, and I know all of those levels kind of have like a wavy sort of filter to it, to sort of give it that like atmospheric kind of flair. That's my theory. Some people were saying it might be an anti-piracy thing, but I don't know if it's that. I've never heard of Nintendo doing something like that, but why start here, you know? They're like Star Fox 64 3D. That's the time. That's the place. This is the one. This is the one. Definitely just a shader issue, yeah.
I found the bioweapon.
Uh-oh. This boss is actually a little bit harder when you're upside down. Oh my god. Bioweapon. Bacon. Oh shit, Bakun. I like how I actually know the names of these guys though now, you know? Like, you never really knew their names. It's Bacon. Did you know that these guys had names, dude? They must have been in the instruction manual or something. Probably mostly for Breath of the Wild 2. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Yeah, they're. Is that the thing that like the Sonic games had for a little while? I can't remember. Was dude fighting? Yeah, their names were something's up ahead. Looks different. Yeah. Flower points. Yeah. I fire faster than that. Flower with the raid, dude. What's up, Flower? How was Genshin? I was watching Flower play that game, and we had like a crises because Chicken Bomble was gone. Chicken Bomble has been lost. VLC's here too.
Thanks,
Denuvo was anti-piracy stuff, encryption of the files to make them unusable unless you had the decryption key. It's largely useless though, just bogs down the games, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Peppy.
Okay, I gotta go. Good night if I missed the end of the stream. Later, Tingles. All the love, dude.
Falco, you too.
Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Flower got you. Dang. You were shouting out Tingles. All the love, dude. Rochi was like, what, bacon? Catching up to the chat right now. Probably is for Breath of the Wild too, but that's sad because, like, you guys see those, like, videos of people playing Breath of the Wild on a PC? And they have it at, like, 4K max graphics, dude. Like, that fog is gone. Like, they take out that, like, kind of, like, fog. Damn, dude, that game is insane looking. 60 FPS? 60 FPS out of my fucking mind. It looks nuts, man. Yeah, 60 frames per second unlocked, dude. It is insanity. Are we going to Zonus? It makes me sad the Switch is trash. There are times where I'm like, dang it, I wish I could have this on like a better console right now. Or on PC. Whoa, they added rain. Whoa, dude. Astral Chain running at 60 FPS. I was blown away. Oh man, that game is like fucking awesome. Yeah.
Let's sneak in low and surprise him.
Oh man, that game was cool.
I can't believe they did this.
There's a part of me that like wants to go back and replay that game because I kind of rushed it the first time I played it because I think there was like other shit coming out around that time. So I like rushed through it. There's something else coming out that I wanted to play, but I still feel like obligated to complete the games that I've, started. So I just bum rushed it. What the hell? Did these like spider things not die? Whoa!
Get this guy off me! Oh, that was too close.
Follow your father's example, Fox.
Easy.
We're closing in on them, Falco. Take the right light forward. I have the left.
Cat, what are you doing here?
Cat?
Is that any way to greet a girl?
I'll make sure to hit all the searchlights or we'll lose the, Oh, Slippy just straight up flying into the searchlights.
Whoa!
Also flying in front of me while I'm trying to shoot a searchlight. Shit.
I've got somebody on
Shit.
my tail.
Holy fuck. That dude sent me like into the water. Did you see that? What the... That was that snake thing. This level is like really making it like apparent of how like changing the resolution, like kind of the screen, it like changes a lot of some of these situations. Like it feels a lot harder trying to shoot these things than on the other game.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
He's gonna catch up to chat here though. Schwan was saying it also hurts knowing that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is running at 540p. That is being upscaled at 720, even though there are 1080p textures in the files. Oh man. Yeah, that's like the sacrifice that Switch has to make for a lot of those big games. 'Cause, yeah, I know those games are like big, right? Like the Xenoblade games are like big, open world. Slippy and Cat have the same voice actors. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I was saying how this game kind of like a lot of the character, like a lot of the voice actors doubled for a couple of the characters, so.
Enemy fighter spotted. Take them down.
Not all of them, but I think a couple of them. I like how it plays that little jingle whenever you see Cat. Make way for Cat. Run it.
Back off, Fox.
Man. That's why I don't like play a lot of things on console, like if I can't help it. Especially on Switch. Like if there's a game coming out on multiple things, like I'm definitely not buying the Switch one, you know? Hippo Rain! I know, look at this stage rains now. Isn't that cool?
Something's coming from the sea.
Like, I'm trying to think of the last game that came out on, like, all three of the consoles, and I'm like, PS4, please.
Disrespectful little whelps.
Saru Marine? What was that thing called? I'll teach you some respect. Arr.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Shoot! Oh, oops, am I supposed to destroy both pipes? I always forget how to, like, fight this guy.
10 degrees right. Fire!
Fire! No reason to buy the Switch version if you get, even if you have a cheap PC. Played Octopath on Switch to see the difference between the PC port, and oh my god, it's very laggy in comparison. Really? Even a game like that? Like a little, like, pixel game? Is like laggy?
Sections ready.
On Switch? Come on now. Come on now, Nintendo. Right now he can't get his guys back. That's weird. It didn't let you, like, double hit the crane. Did you see that?
Wait, destroy the crane.
I'm shooting it. It's not taking damage. What the fuck? This boss is so weird, dude.
Wait, destroy the crane.
Man, I'm shooting the crane. There it goes. Fire! Yar! Or Pirate Man. Does Pepe have a different VA in this version? I don't think he does, but he does sound like very different, huh?
I'm having some trouble here.
I think it's the same dude, but it was like how many years between the original and 64? It was like
Where'd you go?
the original was 97, 3DS was 2011. If my math serves, that is 2,500 years between. So his voice would sound a little different, you know? 25,000 years between the two games. Are we going to Sector Z right now, dude? The battle scenes take a few extra seconds to load on the Switch.
Be careful.
Don't worry, sir.
Yeah, I know, so the Starlink game that we're going to be playing for the Legacy, I know that game came out on multiple consoles, but the Star Fox cameo is only on the Switch version, so I do have to play the Switch version. And I'm already like, you know the Switch version is probably going to run, like, not good.
From the left.
like, not good probably, but we'll make do.
We'll gladly take this one.
We will make do. Could you imagine trying to attack the Star Fox group?
Nice, welcome.
How are you approaching these games? One route and done, or a couple runs? They aren't super long. Depending on the games, I was doing all the routes.
Scratch one bogey.
The only one that we didn't do all routes was Command, because that one has like 9 routes, and it's a pretty long game too.
He's right behind me.
I'm gonna crash into my own ship.
Fox, get this guy off me.
I'm trying to get to Falco, but Great Fox is in a very position.
Gee, I've been saved by Fox. How swell.
Slippy.
Oh, that was too
Peppy, I have to be careful because I think he's weak, right? Oh no, he's good. He's already done 2 routes, yeah. But with the other games too, yeah. With Star Fox 64, I did 4 routes. I did my personal favorite route that I would do as a kid, and then I just did like the base routes: blue, yellow, red.
6 missiles coming from the left. Missile 1 is heading for Great Fox.
Here it comes.
Falco is destroying it, dude. Falco's like, nah, man, I got this.
There's one down.
Is this level with Kat? She was in the last stage, but yeah, she shows up in this one, right? In this level? Yeah. She comes to help you.
Missiles 2 and 3 approaching.
Naka's about to kill this
I'm
guy.
heading for the missile now.
Oh no, Peppy, I'll save you before I destroy the missile.
Time for a little payback.
Who's on him? I don't even see anybody.
Missile approaching. Distance 50.
Sorry, Peppy, you gotta figure that out
You're
yourself.
not getting it.
One missile down.
Damn, Falco destroyed it.
Shoot, he's right behind me.
Are you gonna hog all the fun?
There she goes.
Dad, can't you go bother someone else?
He's like, get out of here.
Let me help you out.
The cat.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, look at her symbol on the map. It looks like a little heart.
Oh, that was
Missiles 4, 5, and 6 approaching.
make way for Cat.
I'm going for the missile.
I'm going for the missile. Cat's just off the map destroying them before they even get here.
Missiles approaching. Distance 50.
Beautiful! I could kiss you for that.
I could kiss you for that. Easy. It's weird because I remember this level being like way harder when I was a kid.
You owe me, Falco.
Like way harder. Like I remember like those missiles would get real close to this thing, you know, like or I would just lose. I don't know why it's not that, you know, like when I started to speedrun this, I was just like, oh, this stage is not hard. Like it's not bad at all. It's not that hard.
Rob, is everything okay?
I guess what they could have done to make it more challenging is if the missiles like would approach it from different directions. So you had one like coming from the bottom of the map and one from like,
The bad guys on
you
the
know,
run.
like the left or something.
Don't worry, Slippy's here.
Slippy's here, dude. It's fine. Noted. Write it down. It's going to be on the quiz. we go. Bird along. Oh wait, that's not it. Almost there.
It's almost over. We're in your debt. Come back in one piece, Fox.
Oh, sorry, I totally missed the chat, though. Schwan was asking thoughts on the next Legacy October horror series. Sonic is next for September. We're doing Month of Sonic Act 2. And then, October, yeah, we're gonna do some horror games, so. Last year we did the Sonic Month of Sonic, but it was technically like a Sonic Legacy because we essentially did like every main series Sonic game. Act 2, yeah. Calling it Act 2. Kind of like in theme with the Sonic games, you know, they have like an Act 2. Act 2. You on board for Sonic Frontiers? I'll be buying it, yeah. I do love playing a good, quote-unquote, good Sonic game, you know? I'm not, like, super hyped for it or nothing, but I'll play it. I'll play it. I mean, it looked really good until I started seeing the, where people were, like, pointing out that a lot of the levels might be, like, copy and paste jobs of, like, other levels. I was like, uh-oh. Ouch! Gotta follow your rainbow, yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of this stuff coming out about how the levels are, like, might be copy-paste jobs, but I guess, like, there's an in-story reason for it. So I was like, oh, okay. Sega suddenly delays the game. Shit, they're onto us, yeah. Well, a lot of people were saying it was a story reason, but I guess people were pointing out, they're like, well, that doesn't make sense because the layout that they got was a level from, like, Sonic Unleashed, but they sort of, like, gave it a Green Hill Zone, like, paint job. So they're like, why would it be from his memories if it's, like, that's weird. It's like, yeah, it's probably from his memories in the context of, like, oh, he's running around Green Hill Zone. But, like, they took the map from a map that was, like, from a later game. That, like, tried to, you know, they gave it, like, a new paint job. I don't know, it seems something, yeah, they, like, redecorated it. So I'm kind of in there like, okay, well, if you wanted to do the memories thing, why not just make it the actual map then? Just make it like the Unleashed map. But I mean, the game's not out yet, so I won't judge. But when it comes to Sonic, unfortunately, like, he hasn't had a very good track record, so you just gotta assume the worst, you know? Like, let's be real here. He has not had the best track record. Unfortunately, as much as I love him, Sonic is one of my faves and always will be, but look, man, his modern games have not had the best track record lately, unfortunately. These guys are crazy. People rain, I know, right? What if he doesn't remember? What if he had some sort of amnesia? Oh, like he's getting the levels, like, mixed up or something?
Enemy ahead! This one's different.
Because, like, I was even saying that before I saw people making the comparisons. When I first saw that new Frontiers trailer, I legit, like, my mind, like, could recognize it. I was like, oh, isn't that, like, a Generations stage? I was like, just, like, the layout, I was like, oh. Like, that looks like a Generations thing. But then I guess with that game, you still have the open world portions. I mean, it's kind of worth it for that, right? Like you know, it's not just those levels. There's like a whole big sort of like world that you're running around and doing stuff, so maybe the world's got all mixed up and he's sort of yeah, I think that's what it could be. That's why I don't want to like judge yet.
Yeah.
I just know that there's been some online discourse. Whoa! I'm gonna lose my wing, man. I've been getting hit a lot. Yeah, the world's got all mixed up. He has to sort of sort them back out, which is why something would be laid out like one stage, but then the paint job of another. For they are the Chaos Emeralds. Oh my god, that would be kind of cool.
Destroy all 3 energy balls.
They're causing chaos.
The shield is gone. Shoot the
Yippee! You did it!
Rio in the middle of online discourse? Watch it. Not gonna lie, I literally saw and thought of the Unleashed first level and got a bit confused. Yeah, same. Like, my brain just... Because the thing about the Sonic games is that you play them like a lot, again and again and again. Like you replay the same stage to get better at it. So I did play a lot of Generations. So when I was like watching that trailer, I was like, "That's Generations right there." It looks exactly like it.
Hold on, we're entering Venom airspace.
But I was like, "Oh, that's the new one." I was like, "Okay, fair enough." Unlock. Their marketing for it has also been trash. Oh no, I know, right?
Say your prayers, Andros.
It's supposed to be coming out in a couple months, right? Soon.
Don't get too cocky, Star Fox. Let's see how you handle our new ships.
Too bad Dad's not here to see you fail.
We'll make sure you never reach Andros. We'll just see about that,
Not go
Star-Wolf.
flying into my lasers, dude.
You guys don't give up. You can't beat me. I've got a better ship. Your father helped me like that. This
Whoa.
can't be happening.
Stick to the pod.
Stick to the pond, Froggy. I gotta go kill the guy that's chasing Falcon around.
Gee, I've been saved by Fox. How swell.
He's too strong.
Star Wolf.
There's one more to go.
You're good, but I'm better.
Yo, good.
No way! I don't believe it!
Oh, you didn't drop any treasures?
I'll go it alone. From
338 has to be metal. Oh, yeah, it was, yeah. I think the metal for that level is 320. Chuan says they announced the release date for Sonic Frontiers. It was November 8th. Same day as God of War. Oh my god. Jeez. Brave. Brave of you, but foolish.
I've been waiting for you, Star Fox.
That's actually another thing I've been planning was a God of War.
Know that
I have never played a single God of War game, so I was like, maybe we play through them all before the new one. Before we play the new one.
now you will feel true pain.
Feel true pain. Oh, the screen is gonna flip again. Just a warning. Do not be alarmed. It is an emulator glitch. This is not how the game is. Evil mad scientist. is evil and mad. I will shoot his hands. Kind of makes it a little bit more, like, challenging when he's upside down. A little bit scarier.
So, Andros, you show your true form.
Is the 3DS version easier? They actually have two modes. They have a 3DS mode that, like, balances the game for 3D. So that mode is easier, but I'm playing it on the Nintendo 64 mode, so it has the original challenge. But even then, I can't really, like, I don't really, like, it kind of feels the same.
If I go down,
it feels the same a little bit. Can't really tell the difference. I feel like most of these bosses, enemies having more health. I will say with the Starwolf ships, yeah, like, I don't remember them, especially that Starwolf fight. That one feels like they go down way too quickly. So maybe it is a little bit easier. But I am playing it on the Nintendo 64 mode, which they claim is supposed to have the original balance of that game, so... Yeah, that boss does seem... Or at least, yeah, those Starwolf ships go down really fast.
This way, Fox.
So I'm like, is the game easy, or am I just a Star Fox pro?
Never give up. Trust
Star Fox professional. Gotta get out of here, man. It's exploding.
You've become so strong, Fox.
Games are woefully easy. Star Fox was kind of like... It was hard, like, the first time I played it. I think for a lot of people, that's kind of how it is.
Fox, you're okay.
Like, you gotta kind of get a feel for it, and then you start to learn how the bosses,
That's our leader.
you know, go down. Like, a lot of people who I watch play this, who are playing it for, like, the first time, like, are struggling sometimes.
Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
I think for me, it's like I just have... Even before I speedran this game, I would play it all the time growing up, constantly. Which is kind of what led into me speed running this game, because I played it on stream like probably like 2.5 years ago. And my friend Technickle was like, "You are pretty good at this game. You should attach a clock and play it fast for a speedrun." And I was like, "Let's try that." And that's how we that's how that originally came to be. But I was already like mowing down the bosses way before that. I think what I had to learn for the speedrunning was a lot of the movement stuff. Like the speed boost. Oh, look, there's Cat right there. Like when you speedrun this game, you have to boost a certain way, and like there's a lot of little tricks here and there too. So I kind of had to learn that stuff, but when it came to just fighting the bosses, I was already like locked in for that. We were locked in. All right, so we'll watch the credits. It's, what time is it? 12:50. It'd be nice if Dad here used a goddamn blinker. Didn't know our R-wings were made by BMW. Yeah, like he goes, like, I feel like he goes a little bit faster in this version. There are times where I'm like taking those turns, and he's like already about to go down like the next turn. It's kind of scary. Star Fox Battle Royale, Nintendo, gah. That'd be kind of cool. Star Fox BR. Yeah, luckily this one's not as long, but you know what? That's the end of the red line. So that means we did this game. My personal route, my personal favorite route that I used to do. We did the blue line, red line, yellow line. So I will consider this game. Let's go. Let's get out. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let's get out the list. The list is out. I just have to, we gotta go get, what's it called? We gotta go get our medals, dude.
Star Fox, we are in your debt. I would be honored to have you as part of the Cornerian army.
Oh no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
Great Fox is ready to go.
It's time for us to go now.
Let's get out of here, man. There it is. I've crossed out Star Fox 64 3D on the Star Fox Legacy collection there. Another Star Fox game in the bag, man. Only 2 left. You ain't enlisting me. You gotta pay me mercenary. Yeah, that's almost why I feel like he tries to hire them right there. Is he trying to, like, get out of paying them? He's like, join us. They're like, nah. That's what I love about Star Fox. I love that they're mercs, dude. They're like doing this for money. They're like, we'll save the galaxy, but not for free, dude. Like, that's cool. So I like, when I sort of like envision like a future Star Fox game, I'm like, they should kind of play into that. Have like, you go and do like mercenary missions, make money, like upgrade your ships and like your Great Fox, and maybe like you can hire other pilots and create like stuff and things. Like I almost like picture him like expanding Star Fox past just like them. Like maybe there's like multiple Star Fox squads. Like they kind of become like a I don't know, like a bigger group of pilots, and they go around and make money and save the galaxy, and I don't know. Brainstorming. Be fun though. Nintendo doing something large, cool, creative like that? Yeah, I'm like my idea. That idea feels like it would cost them a lot of money, and we know. Yeah, it's like, it sounds like a lot of money that you're saying right now. It sounds like Nintendo is about right now, and look, it sounds like I'm talking a bunch of shit, but it's a very smart move. Like I get it, but they're playing it like very safe right now. I feel like they like putting like minimal money in to get like maximum money out. And just, yeah, they're just playing it safe. I don't think they're going to be experimenting like that anytime soon, fortunately. Unfortunately. What's up, Jeffy? Didn't know Corneria was so shit. You'd think they'd get a curb spot after saving... Oh, no, sorry. Didn't know parking on Corneria was so shit. I thought you were saying Corneria was shit. Didn't know Corneria was shit. Yeah, you'd think... They gotta go run back to their spaceship way out in like the desert. Save a whole planetary system. I don't get a goddamn curb spot. Mail me the fucking medal. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Mail me the medal, dude. Nintendo is making so much money. I know. It's just. That's why I'm like, as much as I talk a bunch of smack, man. Look, they're the professionals. They know what's going on. They know how to like. You know, just like kind of, I guess in the long term, it just kind of sucks for us because we don't get like new, cool, experimental things. Like we're not going to be getting, you know, like F-Zero or another Star Fox anytime soon. I guess we got Dread, which I feel like was, that alone to me was almost like a Nintendo fucking miracle. Like the fact that they made a Metroid, old school style Metroid game. It's like, oh shit. It's like, okay. But like, would they do that for somebody like Star Fox or F-Zero or any other sort of like You know, those really like fan favorite characters that just haven't had a game in a while. It's like probably not. Like I think like with Nintendo it goes like Mario and Link, right? Like you always get games for them. And then after them, I feel like their third most popular character's got to be like excluding Pokemon. Like I guess is it Samus, I guess? Would she be the third most popular? So like it kind of makes sense that they'd went in on a Dread game like that, or on a Metroid. But it'd be cool to get some just new cool experimental shit. You know, have like other development teams work on them. You don't have like you don't have to have Nintendo like proper be making these games. Like you get new teams and branch out a little bit. Spend a little money, you know, it's fine, it's okay. Kid Icarus, dude. Oh, Kirby. Yeah, Kirby, I guess, is pretty up there for them, huh? Good point. Kid Icarus would be sick, dude. Do you know, I think... I've heard that Kid Icarus 3DS game was actually originally being designed as like a Star Fox game. But then they, like, switched it. I think I heard about that. What was that game called? Kid Icarus Uprising? Yeah, there's an interview right here. Did you think of any other Nintendo characters besides Pit when you were thinking about who you would like to make a game of? Sakurai said, "Oh, is that the Smash Bros. Guy?" Sakurai said, "Yes. There actually was one other, and that was Star Fox." Problem with Star Fox was that, and you'll see this when you see the trailer for Kid Icarus, is that the game design incorporates a lot of different views. For example, flying and shooting sideways, or turning around and shooting behind. Felt that there was some restrictions with Star Fox in this regard. With Pit, there's a certain amount of flexibility that is allowed, makes a better fit for the gameplay. That's a good point, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that Kid Icarus game was originally like kind of being envisioned as a Star Fox game. Because I think it is a rail shooter, right? Like you're going around. I've actually never played it, but I've heard. The end. Well, there it is. All 3 Star Fox 64 3D routes in the bag. That puts Star Fox 64 3D. We give it the stamp of approval. We got first place ranking. Put our name in here. And then we gotta go check out our hangar. Look at our scores. We got a medal on just the last 2 levels of the big. Everyone, all the pilots survived. Everything's good. Let's get our check and get out of here, man.
What?
There it is. 80,000 space bucks in the bank. Courtesy of General Pepper of the Cornerian Army. Good stuff. There it is.